All right. What is up, folks? We are back for another weekend of Pocket Mads, and I am joined with a special guest this weekend. I'm joined with Sekaru. Sek, what's going up, dude? Or what's going up? What's up? What's going on, dude? How you doing this weekend?
Doing pretty good, man. Thanks for having me. Excited to watch some great Pokemon Pocket players in this invitational.
Yeah, that should be a fun one, right?
Yes, sir.
Let me see what's going on here. We should be starting up any moment now. I think we're running 5 rounds today, it sounds like. So we'll do 5 rounds today and then come back tomorrow and finish it up tomorrow. But I didn't even look and see. Do we have like the pairings out or anything? Can we tell who we can watch for the first game, I guess? I haven't looked at any of the players. I'm going in totally blind here.
So we can't see now if you go to Limitless. You could also see the metagame, the standings, of course, and the pairings.
Okay, yeah, I think you're right. I think it did just update with the pairings here, so we can see everybody and what they're running, I guess, too. Do you have any eyes on anybody that you want to watch for first round? Otherwise, we can probably just hop in on the Discord here.
Yeah, I really, it just updated, so I haven't actually looked to see like who the most interesting decks are. So I'm kind of just down for whatever for this first round.
Okay, yeah, I haven't really seen any deck lists myself. Let's go with my diamonds. I haven't watched them in a minute. Kind of right below us if you see them. We'll just hop into that same channel and pop up the gameplay from there.
Yep, sounds good to me.
All right. Sweet. I have no idea what they're playing yet. I still haven't looked at their deck list. I just know that My Diamonds is a classic. I haven't seen them in a minute, so I figured we'll hop in here and start with them. Wait, what is this? They're playing Charizard X Ninetales? What?
Wait, we might have a huge cook right now.
Yo, wait a minute.
Yeah, the old genetic Apex Ninetales 2 for 90 with the discard, with a Meowth also for that coin flip survivability.
Okay, let's see. And he's going up against Melmetal. Okay, this was a good first round. Good first round here.
I do feel bad for the Melmetal player potentially, but
yeah, this will be kind of interesting, right? Obviously going to have that type advantage going into Melmetal. I haven't seen the Ninetales in a minute. It's been at least like a year, I feel like, since I've seen that Ninetales in action.
Yeah, I think the last time we actually saw it play was a little bit back during, I think it was around like Space Time and a little bit of Triumph of Light. People were still, it was very like an off meta thing where people were using like Ninetales with the new Magnezone.
Yeah, I think you're right. It was definitely a long time ago. All right, let's see. Make sure hopefully both players show up here. I really want to watch this round. Looks like that's what we're waiting on currently, is just one of the players to actually check in. So we'll give them a minute. Maybe they're just a little slow to show up. I know I'm still a little slow to wake up. I woke up just right before this started, so.
Yeah, I woke up a good hour before this just to get everything ready, make sure I didn't have any
I should be doing that, but I don't do that. That's my problem. All right. I don't know, Sek, if we ended up getting you... Okay, there we go. They're both checked in. I was going to say, I don't know if we got you access on Limitless. I know we got you the Discord perm setup, but I don't know if you can check the rooms at all. Not that you necessarily need to. I can do it for us, but it is kind of nice to be able to hop into the pairings. I don't know. Do you know how to do that on Limitless?
Yeah, I've done it like once before. but I don't think I have access.
To say, if you have access, I guess, where do we go here? You can go to like pairings, and then at the end of pairings, it'll say view.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, I was gonna say, I don't think I got you set up there, but I'll see if I can maybe talk to somebody in Discord and maybe get you set up.
Yep, all good. Well, it looks like they are searching for the match, so this will be exciting.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was just about to say too, is Outlaw did show up. We are searching, so hopefully we do get some gameplay showing up here any moment. I guess before the gameplay starts, though, real quick, let's do a little bit of promo. Sec, do you want to maybe tell them a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. So, if you guys don't know, I've basically been doing Pokemon Pocket content since Genetic Apex. Ever since ranked more of the competitive side with both tournaments and ranked multi-time top 1000, and until like the last 2 seasons. But and then I've also won a couple tournaments. But besides that, looks like the game started.
There we go. I got the gameplay on the screen for everybody at home. Guys, if you're not following Sec, if you're not subbed up to Sec over on YouTube, make sure to go do that. We'll do more promos throughout the day here too. But tuning into the game, I guess this is ideal start, right? Probably start with Vulpix in the active. Keep your Charmander, Charizards on the bench.
Yeah, I think the I think it might honestly be an auto lose for the Melmetal player if they do go first, but they are going second, so they're going to actually be able to ramp up the Melmetal and go into it before getting just, annihilated by that 9 cells.
Again, Ninetale's going to be able to benefit from the Charmeleon energy ramp there. Hopefully being able to attack. I guess going first would have been ideal, like you were saying. That way they can go and ramp up on their second turn with Melmetal not really being able to do much.
Yeah, I didn't even think about the Charmeleon in this matchup just because I'm so shocked at seeing a 9 cells in this deck. But yeah, I guess it doesn't matter for the 9 cells player, and yeah, it looks like they did get it, which means the Melmetal just instantly dies. And
yeah,
I almost think this might be actually an unwinnable matchup now that I'm thinking about that.
Definitely kind of a crazy cook here. Especially for this first round, what a perfect opponent to test this out.
Yeah, it has to be a very bad brick for my diamonds for Outlaw to even be able to set up 2 to 3 energies on this Melmetal.
I think he's in trouble here, right? Like he could maybe evolve this second one, but you're not gonna be able to amass here. 90 damage coming in again. More than that, actually, you have type advantage, so 110 damage. Coming in.
Let me check their deck list. Let's see if they have Memory Light, because I think the only way they would be able to get around this would, I guess they could Metal Core Barrier as well. But I was going to say Evolve and then Memory Light, but
yeah, no Memory Light. They do have the Metal Core at least, but no Memory Light. What a crazy deck list to pull up and run into a Melmetal first round.
Yeah, that got to be the unluckiest matchup. Well, on the bright side, if Outlaw does lose another round, just 2 bad matchups, at least he's out of the way. He won't have to run into it again.
Yeah,
and there hopefully shouldn't be another 9 cells.
I'm kind of surprised that it's taken up till now for us to really see people running anything other than Entei with Charizard. I do think it kind of suffers from the same Suicune syndrome, right? Where if you're running water, I've got to have Suicune in my deck is kind of the mentality, when really you don't. There are decks that, get away with outrunning the Suicune and just run like the Alolan Ninetales Baxcalibur setup is what I'm thinking, right? There's no Suicune in there, but it's still kind of got that same setup with the Baxcaliburs. Either way, I'm thinking kind of similar setup here for Charizard, right? Is there's really nothing, or nobody's running Charizard X with something else other than Entei. So it's kind of nice to see that somebody's running this Ninetales variant with X. No Y in the deck, just Charizard X.
Yeah, I really like the innovation. I do think that one thing that Pocket might struggle with, I feel like a lot of people, like you were saying, they'll play water, they'll just okay, you automate the Suicune or fire, they go to Entei. Yeah, I was thinking about the same situation. It basically is, because the new Charmander hitting 2 for 40 with the weakness, obviously you just one-shot the Meltan.
Yep.
And, dude, no Metal Core barriers both games. is looking pretty. He
Oh,
goes
they're
for
giving him a
retreat.
chance. Okay. Interesting.
They're either giving them a chance or they just maybe forgot about
The type advantage there, right?
the type advantage, right? Yeah.
Ah.
But I feel like I think they also are in like a situation where they might just be like, well, I think I win either way.
Yeah,
kinda
right?
curious how
Like,
it's gonna play out.
I want to get Charizard on the field.
Mhm.
I want to win with Charizard.
Well, possibly one of the most annoying cards in Pocket is currently in the active spot. So let's see how many heads that Meowth could possibly live.
Bro, this has been... So, I was going to say, my favorite deck for rank this season has been the Meowth Greninja Altaria variant from like 2 seasons ago. It has been my favorite deck this season. I've just getting insane amounts of scam with Meowth and the obviously the sleep scam as well. But Meowth is... Boom, there you go. Blocking that damage.
I think that deck is the Meowth Greninja deck specifically. I think that has been very underrated. It like fell because it came out like 2 days before Fantastical Parade ended, and then everybody kind of forgot about it. But it's actually such a broken deck that I'm glad people forgot about it. But the Meowth Diddlin has.
It is super obnoxious in the sense that, yeah, it wouldn't be great to see that deck flooded in the meta. So it's kind of a good thing that it fell off, I feel like. But it is, I feel like you were saying, very, very highly underrated. One thing I was going to say, though, is with the new set coming out, Badoo kind of eliminates Meowth, right? Like, I saw that Badoo card come out, and first I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome. Then I was like, wait a sec. Here goes my Meowth Greninja Altaria deck. I won't be able to run this anymore.
Yeah, I think the Badoo is a great addition. It's like a card like people I feel like might think is going to be on like Chingling level. I think it's going to be more niche than that. Some decks, like if they have space, they might run it if they have like a particular bad matchup into like some effect monster. But I don't think it's going to be like, yeah, like I said, like the new Chingling. However, they're swapping out. They're going on the aggressive with the 9 cells. Or actually, well, they're going to PC or copycat to try to find it right.
Okay. I mean, this can be a big copycat right here, so
yeah,
chances
basically
are
guaranteed. I think my Diamonds got super lucky with the Meowth landing 2 heads because Outlaw actually is playing Sabrina, which could have lost them the game if they actually were able to knock out that Meowth and then Sabrina in that Charmeleon.
Yep. Of course, they hit that one coin flip with Meowth.
I think you would I forgot. Can we talk about the cards in hand right because of the delay?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we got delay on, so you're good to.
Bet. Yeah, I think you definitely place the Charmander down, right? I guess you could go for 2 9-tails to be able to knock out Melmetal, but I was thinking you could like go to the active spot, Charmeleon the second guy, then go into a Zard EX after the second copycat.
This is kind of a risky play here, right? Because they have to either find that 9-tails or I guess find the 9-tails now. One thing they could have done is kind of like you were saying, they could have gone with Charizard on this play instead. Maybe building up Chartwell.
With the Flame Patch and the second Charmeleon, they definitely had enough energy, and then the copycat would have been big enough to like guarantee it. But I guess either play works, right? At the end of the day.
That's what I'm thinking is maybe they're just going for like a 1-1-2 type setup, I guess, or I guess 1-1-3.
The only thing I'm scared about is if the opponent actually is able to find like a Metal Core barrier and this Melmetal can live on attack, they're going to be able to knock out both the 9-cells, and then they could always just win. Well, unfortunately for them, their Sabrina win con is going to be on a Meowth, so it's not guaranteed.
Yeah, they're going to have to flip into that coin flip there. Checking the deck list real quickly. Let's see what we got. This Popsicle now, I think, just took Melmetal outside of KO range for... Nope, never mind.
It's exactly because of the training area, but with the Metal Core, they're guaranteed to live now.
So coming down to this, do they put the Vulpix in? I would imagine they do, but this is kind of a gamble play. If you don't find your 9-tails...
Yeah, well, they have Copycat in hand and only 5 cards left in deck, so after using like the Charmander, the Flame Patch,
There's
Like,
your
it should
Zard.
almost be guaranteed, unless it's like bottom 1 or bottom 2.
I would be playing these cards before I
Yeah.
hit that copycat for sure. There we go.
So he has 4 cards left in deck. He's gonna have 6. So it legit has to be bottom 1, right? Because he's getting a 5 copycat.
Here we go. Bottom 1. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Hold up.
Oh, no way!
Oh my
Bottom
God.
1! Oh, no way! Okay, so
But he
tail
can
whip
flip
those.
on the tail whip.
Yeah, this is still interesting, right?
Yep.
Oh, he hits
landed-
it too.
All right.
We got
have
a
coin flip
game.
game in our hands.
I'm okay. So I kind of want to see more cards with immunities like Vulpix like this, right? That's what I'm thinking. Like for Sceptile, right? Maybe give my early stage 1, stage 2 an immunity flip like that. Maybe do damage and an immunity flip. Is that too much to ask for? I guess it'd probably only be 10 damage in the flip, right? At most.
I'm not trying to see that, bro. Because personally, stuff like Meowth, the I don't mind it if it's like on an attack, like maybe like Onyx, because you have to get like 3 energies for it. But like the Meowths and like 1 energy attacks, like this Vulpix, I would probably prefer not to, just because they always seem to land heads, and I don't.
Yeah, that's very true, right? It does increase the obnoxious factor. I'm just trying to think of ways where like I want my basic. If I go second, I want my basic to be able to like live a turn without worrying about being Hydreigon. You know what I mean?
That's true. Although I'm hoping if Sceptile coming out, I hope Hydreigon kind of just takes a leave.
It's gone. Yeah, I hope so too.
Looking pretty bad for my diamonds.
yeah.
I think that misplay with the Charmeleon at the very first turn of the game, potentially coming back to haunt him. He does lose to Sabrina if that Meowth lands Tails now, at any point in this game.
Both of these Melmetals ready to rock.
Actually, so Charizard does 100. Is it 180 damage? Correct.
180
once
once it's in. Yeah, once it's in the zone.
I believe there's still Metal Core left for that second Melmetal, so I think he's
There is.
guaranteed to just be able to attack twice into it.
You may be correct on that. Gonna hit for what, 150 here too? I think you're right. That misplay early on there might have cost them the game.
Let's see. I believe he still has it in hand. I don't think we saw it. I think we only saw Metal Core and then a Steel Apron. Wait, actually going for the Sabrina play. Maybe it was used and we just didn't notice. No, dude, he misplayed. Well,
Uh-oh.
depends on if he lands heads or tails.
Uh-oh.
Let's see.
Oh, no way.
No.
Uh-oh. Bro, Meowth, MVP.
Yeah, dude, he's landed 3 heads this match. He also landed a heads with the Vulpix, so my Diamonds is just looking like the luckier player in this match right now.
I was thinking of a Meowth Mega Sceptile deck. Like, I was thinking that Greninja deck that we were just talking about, the Greninja Altaria deck, that, but just swap in Mega Sceptile. Instead of
We need to
Mega
put you in
Altaria. What's up?
I said we need to put you in prison.
I know, that would be a bad one, right? I don't know. I really hope Badoo doesn't catch on. Like, I think it looks very appealing, but I don't know how many people are actually going to run a Badoo. So I'm hoping that it doesn't become popular just because I want to run Meowth.
I don't think it is.
Rubs hands together.
Yeah. I forgot, how much HP does Zard need to do the second attack?
110. It's right at 50%.
All right. Damn, I was thinking of like if he was able to attack with the weaker attack, but because of the training area, he actually does exactly 90 to put him in range.
God, they
Yeah,
should have
I
saved
think,
the barrier. They should have... Wait a sec. Why are we conceding? You win. There's no barrier. There's only an apron, which will do exactly 180 damage, right? Or 170,
Yeah.
excuse me.
Yeah. Really would have loved to see a game.
Wait, what? They just hit concede.
Oh, wait, no. It doesn't put them at 110.
Oh, that's
Our
why.
math is
Okay,
dumb.
okay. Oh, that was smart. They'd hit the... I totally forgot they could just hit for 80.
Yeah.
It's like, why are they conceding? Our math is dumb. Bro, it's early in the morning. I am not fully awake yet. Chat, give me a round or two and I'll be there.
I don't even want to look at chat, bro. I already know they're roasting us.
Oh, yeah. No, actually, you are getting nothing but comments. Chat, I deserve the roasting. Lay it on me.
No, I was thinking about I was calculating 110 damage in my mind and not 90.
Yeah, I was too. I wasn't doing type advantage. I wasn't doing... I totally forgot they could hit for 80 there.
So I guess the Sabrina didn't matter. He was just doing it a little bit BM, I guess.
Exactly, right? To stunt.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think they're getting the start they wanted last game here. This game.
Yeah.
Looking pretty good.
Let's see if we see any misplays from the first turn. With
Yeah.
the bull picks in the active, I don't think it's going to happen, but you never
I'm
know.
thinking the same thing. I think they kind of were blinded by the Vulpix last game, or the Ninetales, just thinking, hey, I can only attack with Ninetales. Don't even bother attacking with Charmeleon.
Yep. Well, we see a Ninetales and a Copycat, and then we see Professor Research from Outlaw, which can't really place more cards down than 2. They only have the second Meltan, potentially, well, technically 3, second Meltan, then 2 tools. But this looks like a very easy Ninetales evolve, Copycat, find that Charmeleon, and then you just might win the game turn 2.
Yeah. You
Let's see
are
if we find
very right there. Big hand, too, to Copycat with.
Yeah, it's going to be a 4-card hand. You just need to find 2 cards that have, like...
12, I think
Yeah,
he just
14.
clicked on. Yeah, or 14, I guess you're right. Well, there it is.
And yeah, well...
You know...
Congratulations.
I guess congratulations, right? Yeah, I was going to say that last round really made it kind of a hyped game, honestly. It was kind of a fun back and forth there, but then it just gets ended like that. So,
Yeah. Maybe it wasn't a misplay last round. Maybe he did just want to have a longer game. You know,
exactly,
give him a
right?
chance.
They wanted to go to round 3 just to say, nope. You shall not pass. All right, let's see if we can find somebody else there.
Yes,
What
sir.
a game. I don't know how we're doing this. I should probably check. Are we doing, like, rounds? Like, is this just round 1, or is everybody going in a free-for-all?
I believe it is 5 rounds of Swiss.
Okay,
unlike
so
the
it's...
previous one.
Yeah, I think we are doing just, like, round 1 currently. That being said, it looks like we've got about 15 matches left. Let's see if I can maybe find somebody still playing. Vijagris is playing. Numa is playing. Is Numa streaming? Numa's streaming. Numa's playing. Dark Tina. Vijagris playing. Hydreigon. Take your pick, I suppose.
I'm not for either Pop.
Let's do Dark Tina. Let's do Numa.
All right, let me pull up Twitch.
Right. For those of you at home, I do have the gameplay up on the screen. Give me just a sec. I'll get the deck list loaded up as well.
Oh, it looks like the game is just starting too, which is perfect.
Perfect. Okay, cool. Also, I'm going to be zoning out for just a sec here. I'm getting the deck list loaded up.
You're good, man. So we see Numa actually opens both of the basics, which you kind of need in, especially against Hydreigon, you know, just the fast aggressive deck. So you will be able to, you know, ramp the energy on the Giratina. We actually see an Absol lead, which is going to potentially be very bad for his opponent, because if he does want to swap out an attack of Hydreigon as fast as possible, he is going to be then energy locked into it. And I don't really think he's going to want to attack into a Rocky Helmet as well with the Absol, unless he has the Lucky Ice Pops in hand, just because he will be able to put him in range of the famous Giratina Dark Red Pink combo and just knock out the Absol, win the game like that. Plus, like, the ping damage will add up if the Absol does, like, stay in the active. Could might have actually double Rocky Helmet now, so I'm gonna be honest, bro. Not looking too good for the Hydreigon player.
Yeah, it always sucks when you have to have that Absol in the active early on and take that early chip damage, especially if you can't heal it off or get rid of it, and then it just stays as a Cyrus target for the rest of the game.
Mm-hmm. Numa actually using the Sabrina to swap a Dino into the active to be able to stall and not let that Mega Absol actually attack into the Darkrai.
Kind of a smart play here if you think about it. Also, it sets up what we were just talking about too, right? Where they can no longer heal that Absol due to the fact that it's on the bench and all they have is Popsicles, and Popsicle only being able to heal in the active spot. So maybe setting up a late game Cyrus play here.
Yeah, now for the Dino in the active spots too, I want to see if they end up using either PCL or the Lucky S Pop on the Darkrai or something like the starting planes, just to keep it out of the Hydreigon range, as I don't think you want to see the Darkrai blowing up, which they are using PCL to, so that's nice.
Smart move there. Keep yourself at 140.
See, now is like an interesting, do you want to double charge the Giratina for max damage whenever maybe potentially the Absol comes back in, which he actually does do, which I do like, because now he actually can't ever attack into the Darkrai, because even if you Lucky Ice Pop back in the active, you go to 170, but you attack into the Rocky Helmet, putting you at 150, meaning you put the energy on the Darkrai, swap out, attack up Giratina, and that's going to be a checkmate situation.
We can't see the cards in hand. There it is, actually. That's going to be game, is it not? Cyrus
Yes,
Goodbyrus there. All right, well, game 3 there, going to Numa. Dark Tina. Crazy that Dark Tina is still lingering.
Yeah, we were talking about Badu earlier, and I thought it was funny. I feel like they made Badu specifically because they saw Dark Tina come back and they're like, okay,
they're done.
We gotta like actually eliminate it for good.
Yeah, they're done. I mean, think about how good Badu would be into Dark Tina. You're like completely shut down. Giratina can't do its charge, right? And then, or can it?
Be active.
No, I guess it can't, right?
Active, it can't.
Yeah,
I guess you can still do it on bench. But
okay, so you could still do it on bench, you're right. But yeah, they're at least locking down whatever's in the active. They get type advantage also into Darkrai, which just a lot of benefits for Badu going into that deck.
Yeah, I just find it super funny.
Looking at the remaining matches, we could go to Vijagris. It's Vijagris versus Doug Z, one of my favorites. I think Vijagris also on Twitch. Do you know how to pronounce this name? Is it Vijagris? Am I saying it right? Vijagris?
Honestly, let me see. I'm gonna say you're right, because I'm not gonna try.
That's a tough one. Oh no, I think it's over.
Yeah, this is not looking too good for him.
Yeah, no, he isn't looking so happy here. Defeat against Doug Z.
Yep.
All right.
You know,
well,
that is was that game 3?
That was game 3. Yeah, I think they're gonna start dropping pretty quick here.
Yep.
What do we got?
Yeah, there's only 4 pairings remaining, and I don't think any of them are streaming.
I think you're right here. We got a couple more people hopping in at the end of this round. Hopefully start streaming. Just a reminder, guys, if you're not streaming your games, definitely hop in the Discord and start streaming your games. We need more people to watch for the following rounds here. I guess also, Sek, if we want to go back, let's do some more promo again. We kind of cut you off short there. Folks, I'm joined with the one and only Sekaru today. I know chat is definitely glazing you up, and as they should be, right? Definitely a rightful glazing. So, Sek, maybe tell them a little bit about yourself. Where can they find you? What do you do? All that good stuff.
All right, I kind of like did a kind of like scuff last time, so let me actually do like the
we were in a hurry.
Promo.
Yeah.
So yeah, I go by Sekaru, Sak, whatever you want to call me, whatever way you want to pronounce it. And basically, yeah, I do Pokemon TCG Pocket content. I've been doing it since Genetic Apex. I was ranked number 50 for the entirety of Year 1 Limitless. I also technically did qualify for this invitational, but I chose to cast, and totally not because I work Sunday, so I couldn't play Top Cut anyways.
Appreciate you showing up.
And yeah, if you could find me at Sakaru, whichever way I.
Is it okay? Am I pronouncing it wrong? Is it Sakaru? Sakaru.
It is technically it is Sakaru because.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say it better than
anime. Yeah,
I'm saying it very like Western. Sakaru. It's actually Sakaru.
I say that too because I feel like it's easier for people. I don't mind. It was kind of like one of those situations where like every single name that I wanted was taken. So I was like watching random anime. I'm like, that doesn't sound too bad. Let me see if it's taken. I'm like, wow. On YouTube, I actually was like the first person to get the at. So,
bro, perfect. Love it. It's better than my origin story. Mine's from Halo 2 days. So, either way. Has nothing to do with Pokemon at all, right? I think of both of our names, right? Both of our names have like nothing to do with the game. We're just random names.
Exactly. It's the only name. Hey man, whatever works, works.
Yep. While we're waiting on the next round to start up, I think we have 3 matches left. I've got us over on the metagame tab, just kind of seeing who showed up with what today. There is a lot of Suicune Excalibur. Almost 21.5% here showed up with Suicune Excalibur today. Following that is Hydreigon Mega Absol. Then below that is Mega Altaria Igglybuff. What do you think? Is this probably how the ranked ladder is looking currently? Or I feel like there's a lot more Manectric Zeraora in ranked than there is, I guess, the top 3 in this tournament. So kind of a different turnout here maybe than what you would see in ranked.
Well, I don't know what. I'm assuming you're like what around like the top 1,000.
I gave up. I gave up this season. I was grinding, but I gave up this season. I had such a rough start that like I hit top 3,000. I stuck with it for a couple days and then just gave up.
Yeah, because I haven't played. Just to preface this, I haven't played ranked in like 3-4 days because I've been playing Silk Song.
Yeah.
But when I was playing ranked in like the top 5,000 area, the top 3 of Suicune, Excalibur, Hydreigon, and then Mega Altaria was basically what I was seeing. I actually, because I was playing Mega Manectric myself, because I think it's a very good deck. Because I think it's like, I don't want to say slept on, because it's like, you know, the 4th most represented deck. But I feel like still people were not playing it as much. But I barely was able to, like, I saw like mirror matches like more in Ultra Ball, but like actually in like that top 10k to top 5k area, I didn't see a lot of people using it. Then when we did see people using it, I feel like I wasn't seeing like the correct builds. Like I was like people were like taking out the Oricorio,
really?
Which I still feel like was a very nice addition to give you like winning matchups and like stuff like the Zards, the Altarias.
I was gonna say I noticed like every streamer I clicked on to see, you know, they were grinding ranked. It felt like that's the deck they were always playing is Mega Manectric Zeraora. I don't know if that's maybe just like the streamer favorite deck, I guess, or just like what all the streamers are liking to run, but like S1 was running it. I can't remember who else. Luchin definitely loves the Manectric Zeraora deck. A handful of people I feel like were running it every time I clicked on a stream. But I haven't seen, I don't know, I feel like I haven't seen as much Suicune Excalibur this season, so it's crazy to me that it showed up to the tournament with almost a 22% of the share on the metagame here.
It's actually fun you say that because I was going to say the same thing, but for Suicune Excalibur, where like I think that's the streamer deck. I feel like every time I click on somebody's stream, they're always playing Suicune Excalibur. But
I would agree with you. Maybe it's probably one of these two, right? Suicune or Manectric Zeraora. It feels like definitely 2 popular decks. This current set. I wonder if the upcoming set is going to wipe out these 2 decks from being like viable. Again, Badoo might be good into Suicune, but I feel like Badoo is such a gamble because if it's not something with an ability, it's really not a good card at all, right? It's kind of a wasted card. So I don't know.
I think Suicune stays. I think Manectric, bro, with all the fighting support, I think Manectric is getting taken out back. I just don't. I almost want to. I don't know how it's going to be viable if like every fighting type might just be one-shotting you. Like even like Donphan, obviously Mega Lucario is going to be one of them. Obviously, like a deck can still exist if it has a bad matchup, but
what's the like the potential damage ramp for like even a turn 1 Tyrogue if you get the stadium and Karina, you're doing.
You could do 70 to an EX
70?
Pokemon.
70 damage, and it has to be EX too, I guess you're right.
Yeah. So
But,
like, does your aura still live 2 hits, like provided like no Geo or like maybe like a Rocky Helmet on the Tyrogue, but it still feels super scary. I don't know, for Manectric. I don't think he's gonna die, but I definitely think he's gonna fall off maybe to like that mid-tier status, like kind of like around like something like Zard.
So I'm thinking for fighting decks, I might run 2 stadiums. I might bring the starting planes and then the new fighting stadium. I think starting planes might be good with like a Hitmontop start and just try to like tank as much as possible. I don't know. Maybe it's useless there too though, because maybe you don't really get past those like necessary HP values with that starting planes, because Hitmontop's not going to it's not going to survive a Hydreigon hit, and it's not going to, I don't know, I guess what else do I need to worry about?
Yeah, dude, I think Hitmontop is actually going to be going crazy, because if you do want to like that EX Pokemon, not only are you doing like the 20 bench damage, but like you're potentially doing 70 to or like I think it's 80 technically, right, to an EX Pokemon.
Do we think maybe Lopunny makes a return as a result of all of the fighting buffs that we're getting? I looked at Lucario.
Think some people will play it.
I was gonna say, I looked at Lucario and I thought, I still think Mega Lopunny might be better. Just given the fact that you get that extra confuse that doesn't go away.
Yeah, I think Lucario is gonna have that consistency where like you're playing the deck, you kind of know, like you have like lines already predetermined. Where Lopunny is gonna be like a little bit different, where like you're gonna be playing Lopunny, and you're gonna be like, okay, well I'm gonna use Karina, and if I lane double heads, I still win the game.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna one shot any Mega Pokemon with the stadium.
I can't wait for the new set. I am so ready for some new cards. I will say though that round 2 has started, so let's maybe see if we can find ourselves a game.
Yes, sir.
Anybody sticking out to you that you want to see?
Let's see. Out of the people we have, I'm trying to see. We got a couple for you.
I got one for us. I got one for us. Okay. You'll like, oh wait, no, did they leave? Gerard, come back, please. I swear he was in the Discord. Oh wait, hold on. Wrong person anyways. MS Penguino, do we see them? Oh, we do not.
No, I do not.
All right. Somebody's playing Slacking, and they're 1-0 right now.
I saw that.
What is going on? I wanted to see that.
Don't think. Yeah, they're not streaming, unfortunately.
All right. Let's see who else we can find here. Alolan J playing Chandelure.
Interesting.
Don't know if you're down for that. Ooh, Nabrix. Oh,
anything.
Nabrix is playing Hydreigon. But it's Nabrix.
Classic, as he always does. Yep. What is he playing against?
Good point. Who is he playing against? Let's see. Against Hydreigon. Hydreigon versus Hydreigon. Maybe we'll skip that one this round.
Yeah, let's skip that one. I mean, I'm down for the Chandelure. We're gonna like watch that and then find something.
Let's see. Yeah, let's do Chandelure. I was just checking a couple other ones to see if they maybe had interesting matchups, but I think Chandelure is gonna be our best bet. Down to Alolan J, right below us. Right.
Well, Chandelure versus Steelix is gonna be actually super interesting. Because like you're gonna be in that weird situation where like if the Meowth lives long enough, like the Chandelure is just gonna be doing so much damage eventually, like even though it is a Steelix, you should be able to like 3 tap it.
Nuking a Steelix in one shot would be hilarious. I'd love to see it.
Unfortunately, massive brick for JP with the Chandelure having only Meowth and no other basics. But at least you're putting support cards in the discard. No, why would you do that? Oh my god.
Uh-oh. I didn't look. What happened? What'd we do?
He Sabrina to stall the Onyx, but then he put down Peculiar Plaza after the Eagle put down an Indeedee in the active spot.
Oh
so
no,
Sabrina
that gives him the free
useless.
the free retreat, huh? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Not sure they thought about that one. At least you're putting a support in the discard, but still not ideal.
Yeah. So maybe that's just why they did it. True.
All right. Give me a sec here. Just getting the deck list finished loading up.
All right, they do find Meloetta plus Alicia, which means they can find the Chandelures on the following turn. Although this Meowth does have to land heads if Eagle actually has Steelix, because I do think you want to let this Meowth basically, I feel like, needs to live at least one turn just to feel a little bit comfortable here.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right, especially with the fact that they don't have any energy set up on. They don't even have the Lampent set up yet, or the Litwick.
Also, like, an interesting thing to note is even the Onyx can actually one-shot the Meowth because of the fighting weakness. So he doesn't even technically need Steelix to go aggressive in this matchup.
That's true, right? You're right. He can one-shot the Meowth just as is.
He doesn't go for the attack. I wonder if he doesn't realize that he can swap out Whip Plaza. Or maybe he's just playing the slow game.
All right, well, we got all our cards now.
Yep. Just start dumping them support cards turn after turn, and then this Chandelure is going to be doing a lot more damage than a non-EX probably should be doing.
Yeah. Again, I'm rooting for the Mega Steelix one shot. See if it can happen here.
Yeah, it's a very interesting matchup.
Meowth's definitely going to have to block some damage here, I feel like. At least one turn or two turns, kind of like you were saying, to really... I don't know, because do we need to sit here and just throw more support cards away before we go into the active? I feel like we do. Or do we just go in and kind of discard both of our... Okay, we're...
Either way, doesn't matter because we land heads, so...
Love it.
Start throwing them in the discard pile, use those rare candies. Professor Research, probably honestly the best top deck you could ask for.
Yep. I think you're right here.
Yeah, because now they have access to both May and Red on this turn, which means they just... Well, Red is going to give a plus 40 for that turn, because it's putting something in the discard. Both Chandelures are going to be set up, so... This honestly is looking pretty good for JP.
I wonder... Okay, he's going to do 160 right now if he goes in. I think it's maybe worth attacking, because you survive the hit, and then you can just start onslaughting, right?
I think I would wait one more turn just to get that May and the Copycat in the discard pile. Because let's see if this... I don't know if the Steelix player actually has Sabrina. Let me just double check that real quick.
They do run one Sabrina.
They do have Sabrina. Okay, then maybe this is probably the wave. Because I think with the 160, like, maybe if, like, you get very unlucky with Eagle landing all the lucky ice pops if you're JP. Well, unlucky if you're JP.
Yeah.
If you're Eagle, you're going to be happy for it. But yeah, lucky ice pops can definitely happen, which I'm a little bit afraid of.
So he's got to get up to, what, 160, I guess, at the bare minimum here. Because with Red, he's going to do 200 damage the following turn here, I believe. Yeah. But with Helmet and the Mega Steelix effect,
it's going to be
he's blocking 40 of that. Yeah, you're right, 160.
Which he
Popsicle
is basically
doing
back
some
at
stuff. Yes, he is. He's keeping that Popsicle as well.
And this is what I was afraid of. So
you might have been right.
Lucky ice pop can keep. At the same time, I think if the lucky ice pop happens, it happens. I think there probably is no way to play around that. I think this is just a very easy red, and you honestly should just get the win next turn, because like even like theoretically, I don't know if the Chandelure actually has Cyrus, but even if he didn't, or like obviously, or what I mean is like we know the Chandelure doesn't have Cyrus, but the Eagle doesn't have enough energies to even swap out anyways to attack. So it's kind of checkmate unless that lucky ice pop clutches back up.
One more turn, honestly, would have been clutch, right? Because then he would have had that energy to retreat. Lowland J isn't running a Cyrus at all, so they can't pull back the almost KO'd Steelix. I think that's the only way that Eagle can even stay alive here is to pull off that retreat, though. Or a Lucky Ice Pop, excuse me.
So I think I think there's actually a slight misplay. Them not going aggressive on that Meowth with the Chandelure Plaza, or even just attacking it with the Onyx for 3 energies and potentially KOing it. Because like, or if they even just like kept the Onyx, you know, maybe not a Steelix and went for the coin flip, because there is no Cyrus in this deck. Might have been like the option, but yeah, I think this is just GG's, right? Because they're doing.
I think it is. They should be doing like 180 at the bare minimum.
Yeah,
or 200 again.
They're doing 200 base, so I think like 180 or 160 or something.
Find out here after this copycat.
Yeah, this card is actually just ridiculous if you have so much time to set it up. Which against something like Steelix, you have plenty of time.
Crazy. Wasn't the one shot, but it still was a lot of damage going out there every turn. Game 1 going to Alolan J. I've noticed that I've seen a lot of Steelix in ranked too, which is kind of awkward. Well, not awkward, I guess. It's just ironic that you're seeing Steelix in ranked. The slow build-up deck is now in ranked when you want to play fast games. But I guess if you're winning.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, it really doesn't like the only real losing matchup is something like Zard, which is already kind of like not represented just based on all the Suicunes and the Oricorio decks like mainly Zera, Oricorio, Manectric. And like even stuff like, yeah, Hydreigon is not the best matchup for Steelix, but unlike Zard, which, you know, has the Inti and the active, has time to find the Zard Y, it is always possible just for the Hydreigon player just to simply not get the Hydreigon in 2 turns. And then if the Steelix gets set up, you're probably still going to be able to beat that matchup. Same thing with like Altaria, if like the Altaria can't kill it by turn 2. Steelix honestly just beats everything in the meta, which I think is super funny.
I like that it does, right? I kind of like having these big heavy hitters still be viable, even if they are slow to set up.
Yeah, we really haven't seen like a hill stall deck like super meta relevant, I want to say, since probably like Espeon, which like is weird to even consider at that, but like you did live a bunch of turns with Espeon even though like it had low HP, but Steelix and DD is just like that new combination.
Yeah, right. I'm sure you've seen it by now too, but there's the Guzzlord setup too, right? Instead of Steelix, you have Guzzlord.
Dude, that deck is disgraceful. I think you have to use Sabrina here, because if you don't, they potentially just Brock you and then they knock you out. So
they Brock your world. I like this play as well. You stall a little bit, and you also set up that support damage. Not only that, but we can Mars the following turn. Let them get more cards in hand, and then Mars them.
Yep. Yeah, but that Guzzlord deck, in my opinion, is like it's such a shame to actual Guzzlord what it wants to be. I tried it myself. I didn't like it, but
it isn't like classic Guzzlord, but it still has that energy steal factor to it, which I love. So I don't know. I'm always going to be a big fan of Guzz, no matter how you package them.
Yeah, see, I feel like if I'm not playing Naganadel Guzz, I don't enjoy it as much. But I also started in DD going first, like 7 games in a row trying it, so I think I might just be a little biased.
Yeah, maybe that's right. Yeah, exactly.
Evolving the back Onyx, very interesting. I guess it doesn't really matter. You have so much time. Alicia top deck, though, probably the best thing you could see, just to be able to get both of those Chandelures, or Litwicks, technically.
I like it. Start getting yourself set up here.
Evolving into the Steelix actually might be a misplay now, because I think next turn I'm pretty sure he has enough damage to be able to knock out that Onyx. Meaning the Steelix will be trapped in, you can't use Brock on it, and you're just going to be able to, you know, chunk it for a bunch of damage while it's still setting up.
Ooh, I was just going to say,
Brock this turn.
Curious to see where they place this energy. Does look like they are going to go the active.
I wonder if they have Brock for Dig, because I think that could be like a potential way to come back.
Kind of rush things and maybe get this. Yeah, you're right. No, in fact, we're going to evolve. Huh.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they're worried about the Mars? I don't know.
Yeah, I think they were just maybe rushing things a little bit too much, maybe banking on the fact that they don't have Chandelure, besides the personally, I see like an 8-card hand without basics for 2 turns, and I'm like, they probably have the candy.
Yeah.
Which they actually have both.
Yeah, exactly. They have both. They can do, they could cape the bench here.
Doing 140 damage. So basically doing, 120.
I think it's worth it, right? Might as well. They're sitting there for 2 turns.
Yeah, they can't do anything. They can't one-shot you either.
They can't even retreat. Ooh.
Yeah, you get like 6 Chandelure attacks off. It's just over. I'm not gonna lie. Like unless Lucky Ice Pop every single turn goes back to full HP, it is not winnable.
Sabrina is a choice, but we can go right into Meowth and block that hit potentially. Actually, no, never mind. They're not even attacking. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can just go Chandelure.
Why did we do that?
Because the plaza.
Oh yeah, you're right. We have free retreats. Good thinking, Sec.
Yes, yeah. Technically, wait. Let's see if the Yeah, and he doesn't have the training area to be able to even like bump the stadium out of play.
He doesn't.
So, yeah, this was always the safest option.
All right, the lucky pop off. Here we go. All right. So,
you go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say we get that free retreat there. Going for the May.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point.
No.
I was gonna say like, thankfully somebody realized what Peculiar Plaza does.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, this is just way too much damage with the second Chandelure. Like I think it like there's no way with like one lucky ice pop gone as well.
Not only
like,
that,
you have
but
to have a miracle happen. You
have 160 HP. You survived the Steelix hit. So
yeah,
I like
he
this.
still has 4 more guaranteed attacks off.
There it is.
He knows it's over.
Well, 2-0 with Chandelure. And maybe that's why they're playing Chandelures, because they said, you know what, a lot of people playing Steelix, let's go with the nuke deck.
Yeah, with the Meowth, you also have more cheese factor against like other matchups where like Zard has that bad matchup in the Ori and Suicune. So I like it.
Let's see. Who else do we have? Kind of scrolling through here to see if there was maybe any other like interesting decks that we haven't seen. El Marco is playing Blaziken Greninja if we want to maybe catch that. Is he in Discord? Yes, he is.
I'm done.
Okay. Yeah, right below us, looks like.
Yeah, so already looking super good for Marco, being able to get a Frigibax knockout with the Furfuro by Cyrusing it back in, which means they obviously led it at some point because the bow was on it as well. And the Blaziken has damage on it though, which means I guess at any point it would be possible for either a Cyrus win or a Chin Pao getting set up to be able to knock that guy out. If there is a Cyrus in this deck, I actually don't know, because some Suicunes have opted not to play it. Also, we need a Frigibax this turn, but I could check that real quick.
So I'm pulling up the deck list myself right now. Let's see.
I don't know how you feel about the Greninja Blaziken deck, but I
haven't
don't get
played
how it
it.
works, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say I struggle with getting Blaziken online, let alone a Greninja. As well,
there actually
you
is
know
a
what I mean?
Cyrus, so it is possible for the Suicune just to Cyrus and that Blaziken and then win. Although it looks like he might not have it based on just not using it right away. However, he does have like 2 giant capes, and he has Suicune inactive, so he's kind of guaranteed to draw it. Never mind, he has Sabrina, so he was just BMing, and yeah, he's guaranteed to win. He has 2 points, no matter what he knocks out and wins.
Side note, both these players one was El Atomico, the other one is El Marco.
Yeah,
that was kind of funny.
That's actually true. I didn't even notice that. That is gonna be. Looks like that's gonna be the first match. Oh no, so it's 1-1 actually. Or
let me see here. Hold on, I'll check the pairings and see if there was. Okay, yeah, this is going to game 3. So.
Oh, was it game
1, 2, 1. Or going into game 3. I'm sorry, going into game 3.
My limit looks like a minute to update.
Take that off the screen while they get loaded up.
Yep. Yeah, but I'm in like the same vein as you, where like I can't get a Blaziken set up by turn 2, let alone like turn 5 sometimes. So I don't know how I'm gonna go for Ninja and Blaziken setup. I just feel like it's a deck that should not work.
Yeah, a lot of I mean that Messagoza must be putting in some work or something there. I don't know on that one. I will say though, Messagoza, that was one card I was running on that Meowth Mega Altaria deck that I've been telling you about. I don't know. It's obviously a huge double-edged sword to run it, but boy, when it hits, you know?
Yeah, I have a bunch of strong opinions about that card. Personally, I just don't see the value of it. But I mean, when you said when it works, it works. It just depends on how much it works for you and first how often it doesn't.
Tournament play, I don't think I would ever run it in a tournament. Definitely is like too risky. But like if you're running ranked and it's like whatever, I'm just running ranked, and then I don't know. I feel like it's okay in ranked, but again, tournament play, I don't think I would ever run it in a tournament play scenario.
Again, if you're playing a deck like Blaziken Greninja, I guess you kind of have to play it. I mean, because there's no other way.
You're drawing cards. That's what I'm thinking. Like at least with Meowth, I have Meowth to draw my cards. But this, like, what are you doing? And you and I don't have 2 stage 2s on the Mega Altaria deck. So
exactly.
All right, moving into game 3 though, between El Atomico and El Marco. El Atomico playing Suicune, Baxcalibur. El Marco playing Blaziken Greninja. So out of the 3 new Mega starters, I guess, Blaziken, Swampert, and Mega Sceptile now. Swampert kind of got the short end of the stick there, I feel like.
Yeah, because Blaziken and Sceptile are essentially the same Pokemon, and then Swampert... Well, actually, so it's funny. So Blaziken and Sceptile both discard 1 energy on itself, guaranteed. And then Mega Swampert guarantees 2, because it'd always be discarding 2 for itself for some reason.
Right? No kidding. That's funny.
Yeah, so at least there is like a theme, but Swampert, yeah, definitely got the short end. Not only being 3 energies, but I think if Swampert honestly just had the Gyarados ability of discarding 1, I actually don't think it would be that bad. But the fact that you can like literally just like ruin yourself with the discard 2 sucks.
I had some success with it. I made top 32. The other day, I don't know why, I was feeling extra narcissistic, and I Googled my name, Jadankist, and it popped up with my Mega Swampert win for some reason. Or I guess not necessarily a win, but I made top cut. I got like top 16, I think, with it. Just goofing around with Mega Swampert. But either way, I thought it was funny that that's what popped up as like one of my main representations for Jadankist was my Mega Swampert deck.
Yeah, you're just the Swampert guy now.
I'm the Swampert guy, I guess.
Profile pick,
right?
Get a Swampert beanie.
Honestly, that would be sick. Low-key, that would be sick.
Yeah, that'd be fire. Looking pretty good though for El Marco. Flame Patch, obviously the Combuskin already placed down, and having the Blaziken. If there's no way, like if there's like no giant cape plus healing for this weekend, this is just gonna be a guaranteed knockout next turn.
He's feeling so confident he didn't even bother dropping that Messagoza. He's just going for it.
Need to.
I think you're probably right. I think he's good.
I think he's also potentially saving it in hand to be able to bump out starting planes. I think that's like the main reason. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a good point too, right? They do actually no. The opponent does not run starting planes. They're running double cape. Interesting.
Okay. So I guess that's where they found the room for Cyrus. That
Yeah.
makes sense now. Yeah.
Or is that what they're doing?
apparently-
Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. Do you run double cape normally with Suicune Baxcalibur, or is it
Most
one
people run
cape?
double cape with bow and then starting planes.
Okay?
From what I've seen, but they've been like, there's been like a weird like innovation. Like they've kind of been like changing it up. Where like, I know a lot of Suicune players are now like getting rid of starting planes to be able to have like that extra tech slot. So I'm not a Suicune player myself, so I
I'm
don't
not
really know
either.
too much about the deck.
As I say, I'm not.
I don't
not
really
one of my
like it.
favorite decks. I don't really either. For as like popular as it is, not one of my favorites. That's for sure.
Yeah, I really prefer something like Suicune Gren, like with the double EX way more. It's just that deck is just not what it used to be. It just feels like so linear in my mind. But yeah, I mean Blaziken's coming in, classic. It's doing 140 damage, knocking out the Suicune.
So I think I'm gonna hit the copycat here. If I'm El Marco, let's see what we get.
I guess that is fair because he's playing the Greninja package. I was thinking you might want to save the stadium in hand to be able to bump it out.
Fair point there
That also
too.
makes sense.
We didn't really get anything worthwhile out of it either, so maybe that would have been the better play. Just hang on to your
Yeah.
cards, because now they can copycat you as well. Let's see how it fares out. Atomico gonna have to find one of his capes for sure. I guess at max here, though, he's only doing, what, 80 damage?
Yeah, 80 damage. The problem is if he, I guess, double backs, he would be able to start setting up on the Chin Pow, meaning he could do 80 in the 150. Provided probably no room for healing in the Mega Blaziken deck. I don't know exactly if there is. Let me double check.
No healing in
But I
the
would
Mega
assume-
Blaze.
Yeah, if he has double backs this turn, it's looking pretty bad. He also has to have Cape or starting planes, so let's see if he even has one of those. Which he doesn't, so that's just going to be GG's for the Blaziken. Well, I guess, yeah, he doesn't have starting planes. so I don't
Oh,
have
wait.
Cape.
Yeah, no, he's got it. Opponent conceded. No cape. You're right. No planes, no cape. That'll be
Yeah.
it.
Greninja Blaziken.
I
taking a
guess
win.
so, right? Could never be me. I would have never been able to find that Blaziken.
Well, it's kind of funny. Both games, the Greninja wasn't even there, so technically we
Yeah,
just a Blaziken.
But just a
win.
Blaziken deck.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's see what we got left for this round. Just a heads up for everybody at home. We're doing 5 Swiss rounds today. It's gonna be kind of a smaller tournament this weekend. I think Prelux might be a choice here. Prelux or Numa. We watched Numa
Is it
last. Yeah, I think it is five rounds today, right?
They forgot to update it if they did.
Say 7 down at the bottom.
It is still 7, yeah.
Let me triple check with Light, but I'm pretty sure it is 5.
Yeah. That's what I thought too, but they never updated it, so I noticed that like last
I
round.
should have said something too, because I did notice that myself, that it did say 7 on the details page. I think it is only 5, but we'll find out for sure. In the meantime, let's see, who do we want to go into for a game? Boy, they're dropping quick. I think Numa or Prelux are our only options. Prelux are our only options, so we'll go into Prelux.
Looks good to me.
Boy, they all dropped off the screen quick there. All right. Lux game on the screen.
Yeah, so this is looking pretty bad for Prelux. He is going to be going up against the Oricorio Magnezone with the Ogerpon tech. Ogerpon not going to be mattering against Suicune.
Hey, will you
What?
cover for me for 2 seconds? I gotta just let my dog in. Hold on
I
one
got
sec.
you, man. I got you. So with the PCL, he does get out of range for Oricorio. The problem is without the second backs, he actually can't swap the Suicune in and go to the Baxcalibur this turn to be able to start knocking out these Oricorios. Meaning it is going to be a free like position for the Magnezone just to come in, one-shot the Suicune. And like, because like Prelux has like a first KO, so he basically probably knocked out like a Magnemite like pretty fast with the Suicune Baxcalibur. But if Note just comes in with the zone, takes the knockout on the Suicune, anything that Prelux is going to be attacking with is going to be putting on that 50-50 zone turn or attack on the turn after. And he basically kind of has to go in with the because he can go in with the backs and he does 90. And then let me double check if because the Magnum Zone player, I don't know if they have Cape plus PCO if they've already used one, but they could technically use that to be able to live 2 backs attacks. Either way, I mean, you're putting them on like a 50-50, so they have to land that too. What they obviously can do is go in with like the Chin Pow attack first, but if they don't find either second backs or like something like, yeah, you'd have to find second backs basically, which yeah they do because they're low on hand size. So this is fun. Yeah, you go Chin Pow. Oh wait, no, you just sniped the Ogre Pawn, right? I'm so dumb. Never mind. I was assuming the but no. Well, I guess he has double backs. Doesn't matter where he puts the energy. But yeah, the opponent just loses. So yeah, I don't know if why the Ogre Pawn was actually played in this matchup. I wasn't even thinking about it. I just kind of usually when I see an Ogre Pawn, I assume that there's like dude, what is it called, bro? The poncho on it. But yeah, without that, it's gonna be a guaranteed GG's. I was thinking about like worst case scenario where they actually had to attack into the Magna Zone. But yeah, I don't know why that Ogre Pawn was placed. Definitely a misplay, unless they of course started with it, because then there's nothing you could do. But we didn't see the full match, so there's no way to know. But it looks like that is going to be, let's see, let me go to the pairings and see what game that was.
Bro, I've been talking to myself this whole time. I'm back, by the way.
Oh,
I was wondering, I'm like,
yeah,
why
yeah.
are you not responding to me?
Oh no, yeah.
Bro, I hate my mic sometimes. It's got like a very touchy mute button, and like I hit it, and then I just start talking, and I don't realize, oh, it's still muted. That's what I was doing. Chat's gonna say in 3 minutes from now, they're gonna be like, you're talking to yourself, you're muted. I know, okay? It's fixed.
Yeah.
Either way, I think you were checking the pairings. There is two games left, right? Oh, it is game 3.
This is game 3, yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's turn it back on.
He just won. He had a point probably from he knocked out like a Magnemite early game is what I'm assuming, and it has to be. And then he was able to Chin Pow snipe the Ogre Pawn, which I don't know if the Ogre Pawn he started with it, so he was forced to play it down, because I feel like you would never play the Ogre Pawn down in this matchup for that specific reason. But anyways,
let me
first backs.
Let me get the deck list loaded up here for everybody at home. Who won the last one? I wasn't paying attention really to who won the last.
Won it.
Prelux won it?
Yes, sir.
Prelux won it. Tongue doesn't want to work this morning.
Yeah, this is looking pretty good for Prelux. You actually want to start going second with backs in this matchup, just so if you do find the candy, you could turn to ramp and start knocking out those Ogre Choreos. This kind of depends on if he chooses the professor. I feel like you would. I would professor research in this. I wouldn't copycat because you already have the Baxcalibur. I just don't think they're like.
I'm noticing that these decks are running like Prelux also not running starting planes. Is that the new way for Baxcalibur? Is not run starting planes? Oh my god, I got the hiccups. Excuse me.
Yeah, so I think they realized against like. I think they were mainly using it for like the Altaria matchup to be able to like make people or like make the Suicunes live like an Altaria attack for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But with so many stadiums in the game now, it gets bumped out like 24/7. So like half the time it is kind of like a useless card because you play it down or you just use it to bump another stadium. So like at that point it doesn't really matter, kind of. So I think they're just valuing like the other tech slots. For example, Prelux is using like Sabrina, which I want to say like is not the most common, even though like some people do play it. I think the other support cards just might have more value at this point, just because they provide like initial value, or like sometimes like the starting planes like is useless because like if someone else, if you can't bump a stadium out and they just hold it in hand, you play it down and then you just bump it out is pretty bad.
I'm wondering, so I guess with the next, again, I keep thinking about the next set here, but we're getting that leaf blower or whatever it's called. I think it's some sort of leaf blower. But it's going to remove tools and I think stadium cards. And it's essentially it's a Guzma on steroids, if I'm not mistaken there, right? Like that seems almost too good to be true.
Well, it's only one. It's one tool or one stadium. It's not like everything.
I guess, okay, so it's that's the difference, right? Like, Guzma is a whole board wipe, but still, it seems very strong being able to get rid of, because most of the time, that's all you really want is to like, okay, I need to get rid of this one cape, or I need to get rid of this one stadium. So I think it's going to be more prevalent than like Guzma has been in recent weeks here, because Guzma, I keep saying it every set, like, oh, this is the set we see Guzma, this is the set we see Guzma, and it never seems to happen. But I do feel like people might run this new leaf blower. I forget what it's called, but whatever the leaf blower is.
Yeah, I agree. So I think with the leaf blower, I really don't know what the name is either.
We're gonna call it leaf blower.
I think it's gonna be this. Yeah, I think the situation is gonna be like decks that want to run both a stadium and Guzma, and not like decks that want to run a stadium just to bump other stadiums out, where like you don't necessarily need the benefit of the stadium. I think they're gonna play it because, you're just gonna be able to basically have like 2 cards in one. I think I also like the fact that you can discard your own tool as well, because like they're like, I think Dark Tina and Suicune are like the 2 decks that I'm thinking of the most, where like maybe you have to use a boat early game on something, and then you have to like use a giant cape later on in the game, but you're stuck with the boat. You can leaf blower, put the cape on it, and then that's
good point. Great point. Exactly. Yeah, I'm thinking there's going to be a lot of utility with that card. I'm also predicting that ends up being our Gold Crown, one of them.
I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, I think it would be a perfect one too, just because I do like the crown cards being kind of like universal ones, where you could kind of like put in any deck. So.
Yeah, I think that would be a decent crown card, just given the fact that I do feel like this card will see use. I know when I first saw Poncho, I was so bummed out that like I pulled a gold crown on Poncho and I was like, I'm never going to use this. But it ended up being a good card like a set or 2 later. But during that initial set that it was released in, I felt like it wasn't very good.
No, 100%. I agree.
Like it was the arrival of Chen Pao, and it was like, oh, hey, Poncho? Yeah, Poncho's great. I don't get hit for 130 damage. I love it.
Yeah, it's one of those cards that will always have like longevity, because like you never know, like if there's like a very heavy like bench, like because if you think about like something like Mega Rising, for example, super heavy like bench sniping format, where like Poncho would have been fantastic in that set, because like you had like the non-EX Absols, the Jirachis, the Greninja Pings. So like we ever have a format like that again, or maybe like a format just can't exist like that because of the Poncho, which I think is great. Looking pretty bad for Prelux. So I mean, if the zone comes in, which I mean that huge hand size, more than likely to have a zone in there. Suicune gets knocked out. Sure, you have the energy on the Chin Pao. But the Chin Pao is the boat on it, so like you can, be able to swap out into something else after and attack. But you're not getting any KOs like anytime soon. So I think this is honestly just looking pretty bad if the zone comes out like this specific turn. Because like even if like he doesn't have zone, like best case scenario for Prelux, because you didn't put the energy on the Frigibacks, means you can't even like swap into it and like
and start doing anything. Yeah.
Sabrina top deck could be something, but he has a zone, which I mean you're going in the active spot with that Magnet Zone. There's no reason not to. Taking the KO and then always have that Cyrus win con.
I still have this deck list like on my decks, the Magnezone deck list, and I was just thinking about deleting it the other day, but I was like, no, you know what? This might actually still be decent. I'm gonna keep it around, and here it is, popping back up in the Invitational, and it's seemingly about to win, right? It's in a good spot. It's doing good against these Suicune Baxcalibur decks, so
also good against Altaria. Well, for the most part, unless you fall asleep for 20 turns, but
yeah, that's true.
Its only real losing matchup probably is going to be stuff like Hydreigon, to be honest, and maybe like Mantentric Zera with the Zeras can like kind of like, it's probably going to be like an even matchup though, where it kind of just depends on the openings. But I think potential misplay from Prelux. I really think you were supposed to Professor Research that turn you had it instead of copycatting. Because like sure, his bottom 3, by the way, both backs is just depressing.
Crazy.
Like, this is literally game over.
Yeah.
But I think you already had the Baxcalibur in hand. I think you go for Professor Research, because I think you like sure maybe he was like scared of like a double Magneton next turn. But I think you always just go for it. I think because like you don't want like, because I think I might be wrong, but I don't think you got a Professor Research after Copycat, where like you could have like done 2 draw cards instead of just using 1 and then kind of just bricking after it. But Maybe
and that's
I could be
always like the
misremembering.
downside of using it was the copycat before then. Is that what happened? He used the copycat before the
Yeah. He had 4 cards in hand. He had backs. He could either Professor or get Copycat, and then opponent had a 4-card hand, so he chose Copycat. But yeah, it's all in hindsight, of course, because maybe the Professor research would have been bad.
I was to say, it's always tough to call in the moment, but what do you do here? I think your only choice is to retreat into Suicune, attach to Suicune, and just call it a turn. I'd concede.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're probably right here. I think at this point we're squirming for a miracle.
Yeah, you have to. I think the only way that Prelux can win is if no just DCs. Not even on like joking around. Like that is the only win condition. Because like the Cyrus is always going to be coming on something at this point. So no matter what you swap into, you will lose eventually. And you also have 0 KOs, so there is no possible way to get through 2 Magna Zones before Note finds the Cyrus in his deck.
Sorry, I'm setting up a couple things in the background here. But I think you're right. This match looking all but over. Noted. I mean, I guess he does have like 8 cards left in his deck, but it's going to take 2 shots to get through Magnezone. I don't know. He's cooked, right?
I think he only has 5 of the 4 cards. I'm pretty sure. I think when Prelux clicked it last, he had 5. So that Cyrus is coming any moment now. If he doesn't already have it in hand.
If it's not already there, yeah.
Either way, like not only does he have to get through a Magnezone and 2 Oricorios, he has to get through the 50/50s on the Magnezone. Like best case scenario. So he has to go through coin flips and then dodging a Cyrus for eternity. Just does not seem possible in my books.
And there it is, the concede.
Yeah, he had the Cyrus. So.
Oh, did he actually have it? Sorry, I was looking over there. I thought he conceded.
Yeah. The
might
Cyrus
as well have.
All
right, let me see. That might have been our last one for this round. It absolutely was. Sec, if you need to run to the bathroom at all at any moment, just let me know. Or if you need to take a break at all, just let me know. But looking at, I guess while we're waiting here, let's swap on over to the standings. See where we're at. This is just after the first round. That second round hasn't yet fully calculated, but we can kind of see who's got 1 win under their belt at least. I'm curious. Let's see, man. I'm going to scroll down to the Slacking deck. Did they win their second game? No, they did not. MS Pinguino. They've been showing up with Mega Scizor every single week this entire set. And honestly, they've made top cut every single week with Mega Scizor. Even though like last week, or I think the last 2 weeks, Mega Scizor was down in like the 30% win rate in the metagame. So like it's doing terrible, but somehow MS Pinguino able to still do somewhat decent with it.
Yeah, I think Scizor is one of the most interesting decks to come from this new set, because like in the best case scenario, Scizor actually beats Altaria, it beats Suicune, it beats the electric decks as well. And the Hydreigon matchup, I mean, like all Hydreigon matchups, depends on how fast they get that guy. But the thing about and let me just check their deck list. So they're actually playing the Pichu guy. I was about to say this, which I think is the wave. I don't think the Worm was ever good that people were playing on early on. I think either Pichu, Magby, or Mantike was always like the way to play it, mainly because Reverum and both Scizor both have that one colorless energy. But the deck, like I was going to say, is a deck that in the best case scenario, like I said, it beats all the top decks. But the deck has consistency issues, either like, because like if you can't find that Scythe there early on and get the energy, you just won't have the turboness you need to be able to compete. Like if you're basing like a Reverum and you can't swap out, or like they somehow KO it, so the Scizor is max doing 100 damage. Or if you can't like find like the Metal Core barrier, or like whatever like piece you need to live, or like in this case he's playing the red to be able to like fully one-shot Altarias. the deck can just like fall apart, which is like the unfortunate thing, because I think it's a very fun deck in concept, and like I think like the swapping around is fun because it's like very similar to Green EX back in the day.
Yeah,
And also
I do
plays
like
around
that.
status conditions too. Yeah,
I like again how unique it is in that sense, right? Like there's a mechanic to it of that swap around that makes it unique. And I do enjoy decks like that, and that's why I like the Ultra Beasts so much too. I feel like is because they felt very thematic, and worked together very well, and just like a fun deck. And I want to see more decks like that. I think you agree with me in the sense that Extra Dimensional Crisis is probably one of, if not the best set that they've released.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a top 3 set. I for me it's Wisdom, but that's also the same thing because like both Guz and Buzz were like top 5 decks in that meta, so it's very similar to ED Crisis.
Speaking of all of this Mega Scizor stuff, I'm trying to get that set up for this round. In fact, it looks like we're just about to start. Let's hop up a channel here. We're gonna go to Palme right above us.
Sounds good to me.
And then, yeah, hopefully we get this match set up. It's gonna be Darkrai Mega Absol versus Mega Scizor.
Yeah, so the Sleep Absol deck is kind of like the Sleep variant, unlike Altaria, that I feel like a lot of people just like don't play. It's not super common. But I think it has like some benefits, also has some obviously cons compared to like Altaria. The main thing is like the Darkrai ping in combination with the Sleep ping can just honestly destroy through basics, so just do a heavy chunk of damage. You also have like the Mega Absol for late game, getting rid of the Cyruses. But you are trading off like that initial super high, like 140 to 130 damage from the Altaria that can just like insta win games.
All right, I'm getting the deck list loaded up now. Looks like they're searching for each other, so should be just a moment till we get gameplay on the screen.
I'm looking at chat. I just saw somebody say you're muted. So that's from the 5 minutes
That
ago.
must have been, yeah, exactly. I knew somebody was going to call it out.
Iggy's tough lead. Best thing you could see.
I was going to say, you scared me there for a sec. I thought I was still muted. I'm like, wait a sec. That's not good.
No. I didn't see the coin flipper. Is this first? Okay, so honestly, better for the Igglytough player. I know it's kind of like weird because you might like think that this deck would want to go first, but I think making the Scizor player go first, provided like no baby Pokemon in the active, probably gonna be the best case situation. Because, dude, if this Pokeball is a Darkrai, you could do 50 damage right now to the Scyther,
And it's a Darkrai.
which it actually is. And then obviously, depending on if it falls asleep, you might just be able to kill the Scyther right away and kind of just get like a super massive advantage. Because then the Pichu also dies, which means you just need to get 1 KO for the final one.
Not a bad start. Debating on dropping the Absol. I don't think it's a terrible idea, considering that MS Pinguino does run double Copycat. So maybe lowering your hand size there, not a terrible choice.
Also, let me check. Let me see. If
I was gonna say, I almost maybe would have played that X speed there too.
I was actually gonna say like maybe the X speed could come up. I was checking if Pinguino
They had
was
like a
playing
Sabrina.
but
Yeah, no Sabrina.
Yeah, he's not. He's not. But I mean, the XP could always still be value. Like there might be like a situation you have to like hink with like a Darkrai, for example, and then you need to swap it out.
One good thing though, we do flip out of the sleep, and we did have a Popsicle. Have one.
Yep, that is best case scenario because now you're just U-turn out. The problem still is like if you don't have another basic Pokemon, the Pichu will be dying. All right, maybe the XP getting rid of might have been the wave in hindsight.
Yep.
But if there's no other basic Pokemon, this is still a pretty bad situation. I think I almost might have preferred to maybe just sacrifice this guy, put the energy on the back one. Like I know you could U-turn out, but like I feel like maybe you want
maybe
that
you're
extra
right.
HP.
Yeah, don't set yourself up for a Cyrus play or something later on. Maybe that 10 damage even is going to come in crucial.
Yeah. Because you like this is the exact same situation. You just have the one of 10 HP.
Exactly right.
Well, let's see if he can land heads once again. If not, the Scyther does actually die on his turn, which is going to be able to give him like another free KO, like on the following turn, which would honestly just be a disaster.
Field Blower is the name of the item, by the way.
So, all right, so we're close enough.
I'm gonna still probably call it Leaf Blower, just a fair warning. Let's see. So they do find the Scizor on the bench, but I don't know.
So they find the Scizor, but dude, they're in a really bad situation. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep.
Because like the Pichu now has to come into the active.
I was gonna say that unfortunately that Scyther got KO'd on kind of the wrong turn there, like the wrong end of the turn. Because now you do have to put that Pichu in, and you're gonna lose the Pichu as well. Well, yeah, you can still afford to do that, right?
So I think what you do here, you sit up on the Mega Absol.
Okay.
You go for Igglytough KO, obviously, and then you just XP out for the second one. You bump their Stadium out of play just to get it out of hand, and then like they don't have Sabrina's, and they could. I mean, they can one-shot the Mega Absol if they have the red, but they also gonna need to get a Varoom and a Reveroom in play to be able to even swap out. Well, they're gonna need two of them because they lost both of their one energy swap outs, so they literally need two Reverooms in this position, or just I guess a Reveroom and then a Varoom, so you'd be able to do the God combo. And that's not even calculating in maybe the Igglytuff just puts him to sleep. All right, they do find one basic. They still need two because like they can't swap out and like retreat in the same turn, which means the max damage this guy can do is going to be 110 this next turn, provided them not bumping out the stadium, which will probably end up happening. I guess what they could do is they could try to like snipe Osiris with the Mega Absol and attack because they have the Rocky Helmet as well for that additional damage. Because we know they guarantee can't, use red and do the 170 this turn. But I think also swapping out the Igglytuff like is just a safer play. Like this is what I probably would have done.
Yeah,
but they
I think
technically because they also get the dark red. Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting the pings. I think you're right. Safe play here.
Because there's no Sabrina, so there's no way to be able to punish them doing this. And I mean, if they just fall asleep, I mean, it's just over. Let's see. Do we see the Igglytuffs? Well, hold up. What's the name in German? Kind of might be better than the English name.
The Floofaloof.
No, yeah, that's actually bigger, bro.
Bro, did you see the one? So Guzzlord in German is Schling King. That is my favorite name ever.
I might be playing in German from now on.
Right, that's what I'm saying, right? Whenever I'm playing Guzzlord, we're swapping to German. That's hilarious.
Dude, I feel like people already hate Igglytuff, but imagine if it was called Fluffle, bro. I feel like people would be even more pissed.
Bro, right?
Yeah, I just don't
got fluff scammed.
Yeah. Is there a lucky ice pop by the Scizor player? Because I think that might be the only win condition.
They do have one lucky ice pop. I can't remember if they played it or not.
I don't believe we saw it, mainly because I don't think we ever saw it yet. I could be mistaken. I mean, they can't swap out. They like the copycat kind of saved them. This is exactly what they needed. The problem is now though with that starting planes, the red won't actually be able to one-shot them. which means like with the Rocky Helmet, it's like the Mega Absol attacking, and then the second Mega Absol attack with the Darkrai. This game should just be locked up. Unless we see like, I don't know if there's still a Professor, but I think maybe the only win con is like Professor and the Lucky Ice Pop and Metal Core Barrier. With like Cyrus following. Which would be super cope, but technically is still maybe possible.
All right, here we go.
They could technically tank a attack with the Reverum. We know they have the Cyrus, which means it doesn't do anything, but obviously Lionel might not know, which Metal Core Barrier.
Oh, would it have mattered on the other one though?
No, on Scissor you're still taking 100 damage because of the Darkrai ping, so you would be able to.
So it wouldn't have mattered. Okay. Well, again, what they don't know, but Zyrus coming out. It's Zyrus Goodbyrus. That'll be game number 1.
Yeah, I think super bad RNG for Pinguino. Not being able to find those Reverums early game to play around the sleeps. Definitely also going first with no Pichu.
Yeah, going first, no Pichu. Going first with a Pichu coming in like immediately afterwards always hurts too, right? Like a slap in the face.
Yeah.
All right. Well, they are getting set up for game number 2 here in just a moment. Sec, I do have to say I set up my full art in case I needed to, like whenever I need to block my camera for a sec, I just throw up my full art card. I set up your full art card as well this weekend. I don't know if everybody's seen it, but it's one of my favorites. I saw you using it the other day. I think it was either in stream or I can't remember where I saw it, but I saw you throw it up there.
Yeah, you might see it on Jimbo's. I think I pulled it up once, but yeah, like Jimbo uses it on his thumbnail. I know that, so you might have seen it there also.
Hold on, I'll throw up our full arts.
Bro, honestly, perfect match, bro.
Yours is my favorite. I think it's universal that yours is the best.
Yeah, I don't want to like say that because like it's me, so I might be biased. But my fat face with like the fatness of Hiker complements itself so well.
The beard, it's the beard that works perfectly.
Yeah.
Yours also took like the least amount of time to make. Everyone else's I spent like an hour on. Yours I was done in like a minute.
Yeah, it's funny because I sent you like the 2 images, and I guess it was just like the perfect pose.
Oh, perfect.
Too, like
perfect.
Without even thinking about it.
All right, let's see. Moving into game number 2 here.
Mega Absol lead, not what you want to see, but with the X speed, not too bad. Not too bad.
Now we just need to draw into one of our sleeps, right? Or excuse me, our floof.
Yeah, floof. You definitely want to. You don't want to be taking this 30 damage from the Scyther. I think this is such an this is such an easy play. X speed, copycat, and then you just find the guy, put them to sleep, and you just win the game next turn.
Exactly. All right, here we go.
Let's see.
There he is, Floofaloof. And our dark. Wow, what a copycat that was.
With the Rocky Helmet, the X speed copycat, this is probably the best hand. I don't even think this is wrong. I think the double Darkrai, I mean, you're doing the same amount of damage, you just don't need to actually attach the energy to Darkrai. You couldn't have asked for a better hand, like honestly.
No, not at all. This is honestly an amazing start here, right?
The only thing you actually don't want is that Mega Absol, so you could have put the Darkrai down to get the KO. But if they just land cells, I mean, which they don't, thank God, we actually do have a real game.
Imagine that, Scyther, right?
Yeah, because like the Scyther's not getting knocked out on their turn this time, which means they actually have like a couple more turns to be able to do stuff. Double Pokeball is nice. I think the problem of last game, they couldn't find the rooms early. So hopefully they do have that plus like a second Scyther. Because if they don't, then this guy's probably in trouble. Because like you've already taken so much damage. You always could get like Cyrus top deck back in. Okay.
Well, we at least get some cards here. I like that they're building the bench. I think that's smart.
Yeah.
If anything, we let the active one go down. We can put in Pichu. Actually, this is kind of not great, right? Because this is going to go down here at the end of this turn, which means they're going to have to put the Pichu in. No, I guess this is okay, right? This is okay.
Yeah, they just put the Pichu when they ramp.
Yeah.
And they just are swinging. We don't see starting planes this time. Or what they could do, if Palme actually puts the starting planes in early before the training area. Like, there's always like a situation we could see training area bump out starting planes plus red one-shot the Mega Absol.
What?
Because like...
Why do we put Reverum in the active? Or Verumin? Or Nudox?
I'm assuming they have... So I think they just want to take the hit. I don't think they want to give them 2 KOs. Is just my assumption.
Interesting choice.
Even though like there is no Sabrina. Or they could just swap out. Yeah, they could just do that too. But yeah, I like this. So yeah, it doesn't matter at the end of the day.
Okay.
I thought they were maybe like going for like a tanking the hit because they didn't have something.
That's what I thought as well. Are we tanking the hit? Are we doing the 10 damage with Scyther? I didn't know where we were going with that one. But all right.
We do see the second Floofle.
Floofle.
Which means he can get slept if he goes on the aggressive with Mega Scissor. He can swap out if he finds like the Varoom, though, which is like obviously like the good part. But doesn't have it as of now.
Other good news is he does at least have an energy on Varoom. I don't know if this is just not a great spot to be in for Pinguino, right? They have to attack with Mega Steelix or Mega Scizor, excuse me, to get through anything really. Not only that, but they have enough energy now to just retreat back into another Floof.
Yeah.
Igglybuff.
Yeah. So I think that's definitely a problem. And if they actually like, you're gonna be KOing like one thing, like you're gonna be able to get Mars down to 2. This is which they don't even have Scissor, by the way, because we do see that they are attaching to the Reverum, which means you always lose the Cyrus unless like there are situations where like you could maybe like Lucky Guys pop back the full if you're super lucky, or like maybe like if you do get in the situation where you still can win, you could always Metal Core plus Lucky Guys pop. Put it barely enough range to get knocked out, but yeah, this is not looking too good.
Gonna start losing some cards here. I guess they'll know too, right? They attack with Absol and they'll know whether or not this Mars is gonna be worth it.
I don't even know if you Mars. I think I would low-key Pokeball then Copycat for 4 just to try to find the Cyrus, because that's gonna be a guaranteed win. But I also see like why Mars.
That's a good point.
Like, I guess like the scary thing if you don't Mars is like maybe they have the red in hand if all they have to do is top pick the Scissor and then you lose. So I don't think the Mars was wrong. It just kind of like depends, what they had in the hand.
And now they have nothing.
Like you could technically lose this game if they get Scissor this turn. Obviously we know they don't. But we'll just have to wait and see. Ooh.
They did get the pop. Okay, hold on. Anything's possible. Anything's popsicle.
Yes, sir.
1.
If I'm both players, I'm super nervous because one can just get cheesed and the other one flipping the Lucky Ice Pop and never feels good, which he doesn't get, which means it's just going to be cheese.
Yeah, nothing to tank the hit here.
After hyping it up, it looks like the good luck might have ran over. And that's exactly what I was talking about too. Like, if you don't get all the pieces, like obviously that applies to every deck. But I feel like Mega Scissor, obviously more than others.
You don't have I feel like a lot of these decks have something to tank hits. They have something to fall back into and act as a wall. And that deck doesn't have a very good wall early on, I feel like.
Yeah, like the deck wants to like it's like kind of like Manectric Zera orientated where you want to be very aggressive. And if you can't start just like taking KOs with the Mega Scissor and you give your opponent too much time to set up, that's where the deck definitely falls apart. So I agree.
Yep. All right, let's see what we have left here in our pairings. Fearless is 2-0 with Charizard. I don't think they are on Discord right now, though. Oh, Pokemon Champs here. This is who we want to watch. They heard me. Yes, let's drop down.
Oh, bad. Dude, let's go. Let's go.
I didn't even see if they were actually still playing. I just saw the name and I'm like, yes! Okay, we're watching this for sure next round. They aren't playing right now, but this is for sure going to happen next round.
I don't know if you've ever played this deck, but I played it for content.
Really? And, was it fun?
I played like 3 games and I gave up on making the video mainly because I kept bricking. But like in concept, bro, it's just fun.
Okay, hold on.
It's definitely obviously worse than others.
We've got to pull this up just for the irony. If you go into Pokemon Champs matches, they have played against MS Pinguino, which that's the Scizor player we just watched. And then Eagle Claw Swoop, who was the Mega Steelix player we watched just before that. But in fact, that's all they've played is Steelix players. They've only ran into Steel decks, in fact. That's crazy. All right, well, we'll watch them next game when they're up against another Steel player, right?
Yeah, maybe slacking is the wave, man. I mean, the one thing that the Steel decks have going for it is that Moto Core barrier, letting them live multiple attacks. But, I mean, when you have is this a monkey gorilla? Like,
what is this? Is this like a human? Is this a dude?
Wait, no,
it's just a guy.
Bro.
Yeah, it's got to be a sloth.
It's like a buff. It's like a buff sloth. Yeah. So, but when you have a buff sloth doing 150 damage a turn, the Metal Core barriers really ain't doing that much. So I like it.
All right, let's see. At the pairings, do we see anybody fun? Anybody playing up against anybody cool that we haven't seen yet? Probably not.
I would be interested in watching the 9. I don't know. Let me. Here's how the Ninetales player has been doing.
The fire one.
Yeah, my diamonds. They're currently. It looks like they're 1-1. With the 3rd game against the Hydreigon still going on.
Ooh, if it's still going on, let's go take a look. Let's watch the end of it.
I'm done.
Okay, perfect.
Classic Meowth cheese. However, Neolego will be able to just knock it out because they landed cells. Oh, well, it's over.
Game over, huh?
Caster's curse.
Caster's, yeah, right as we got here. So that puts them 1 and 2 then? That kind of stinks.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
Let's see who else we can maybe sneak in and find here. Everybody is sitting 1 and 1 right now, except for 7-Yearless and Chocolate, or Fearless, excuse me. Is Chocolate in Discord? We see Chocolate or Fearless. I don't see him.
No, there is Numa, who is 1-1.
Let's go to Numa. Let's do it. We're running out of time.
That's fine. I'm kind of down for some Dark Tina. Looks like his game just finished actually. So
wait a sec.
Oh wait, no, maybe it's just loading in now.
Okay.
Oh, no,
just started, right?
Perfect game through then. Yeah, perfect game through.
On the screen.
It is 1-1 though. I can't imagine Mega Steelix being that good of a matchup for Dark Tina. I guess like with the Giratina Darkrai combo, you're doing like what 150 to 170 with the Rocky helmets, but I don't know. Still feel. I guess they also can't one-shot Giratina, which is like the one main thing. So I guess they were actually maybe it's not too bad. But the Darkrai pings are basically useless on the turns before because of the Indeedee.
That is true. It is kind of crazy that Darkrai is sitting 2-0 right now in this tournament. Or Darktina, excuse me, not Darkrai.
Yeah, I think it's a very solid deck, right? It's kind of weird because like came back in Fantastical Parade for a little bit, then it dipped out again, but now it's like back. So I really don't remember what matchup kind of like pushed it out of the meta. But or maybe just people didn't want to play it because they're kind of sick
I
of
think
Giratina from year
Hydreigon,
one.
maybe? Hydreigon definitely was bullying Giratina, I feel like.
But then Hydreigon is still like the second most played deck, so like that's like where like Hydreigon's still a top 3 deck, but then Darktina comes back, so like that's where like I just don't get it.
I maybe it's the Stadium Cape combination, but I agree with you on that one. It's kind of crazy that it's back. But it's not like full on back, right? It's like lingering in the shadows type of back.
It's like mid-tier status. No Giratina though, super unfortunate for Numa. I mean, there is no heavy helmet. I mean, Darkrai does 100 damage in a turn, so if there's no heavy helmet or like Mega Steelix just evolving now just to not die, like he actually could just knock out one of these Onyxes, provided no dig heads, of course, as well.
Or provided no Brock evolution this turn too. That would not be good. If you're
If he
Numa.
has double Brock in that hand, I mean, I think Sakihiro just was destined to win.
It was destined. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That would be crazy too, with only 3 cards left. Double Brock and the Steelix evolution.
Yeah. 10 cards in deck too.
At that point, you are Brock. You are the one. All right, here we go. Important coin flip coming out right here.
The one tech I like about... Damn, are you ahead of me?
Wait a sec. Am I ahead of you? I don't know. Maybe I am.
Yeah,
He just drew his turn. How do I...
He just placed energy down for me.
The ping just went out?
No, yeah, you're like 20 seconds ahead.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can like pause it or something.
No, it's fine. I'm seeing the dig attack right now. But yeah, he lands toes, which means this Onyx gets knocked out.
Okay.
Which is yeah, not very good.
Oh, not very good. Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna refresh the page here. Give me a sec.
That's probably my Wi-Fi. I'm gonna be honest, more or less. You also have like premium, right? So
I was gonna say I've got that premium stuff too, so I don't have any ads on or whatever. Twitch Nitro, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Twitch Turbo.
It is what it is.
All right.
I mean, this game is kind of basically over. It's gonna take too long to set up a second Steelix.
Yeah.
You also have Sabrina as an Encon too, so like,
not only that,
there now.
Spoiler alert, but he uses Guzma and takes off the helmet. So that second Onyx is toast. What a game! All right.
Yeah, honestly, Darktina winning the whole event, bro. I'd kind of be down for.
Bro, Darktina wins it? Okay.
Little flashback to year 1 Pokemon Pocket.
The Darktina Dark Horse. All right, I'm about it. Let's see what we have left here. That might be it for this round.
Yeah, I think there's only 3 matches left. I don't think anybody is streaming, so.
I think you're right. I might take a quick 2-minute, not even 2 minutes, like a 30-second AFK. I'm gonna go run to the bathroom real quick before the next round starts. I don't know if you want to do the same thing. You're free to hang out if you want. I can set you on like the standings or something, so you have something to maybe yap about.
I'm down for a 30-second break. Why not?
Okay. All right. I will be back then. I'm gonna throw up your full art to kind of block your cam here too. So
appreciate it, man. Yep.
Alrighty. I will be back in 30 seconds or so until the next round starts, guys. Goes for both of us. Alrighty, I am back. In the meantime, let's go over to. Oh, I think Sec, are you back too? Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I was just chilling with the camera off.
Waiting to see if you were back or not. I was gonna go over to the standings, I guess, real quickly here, and we'll take a look at the standings after the end of round 2. Round 3 hasn't yet calculated yet, but we can kind of get an idea of who's ahead here. Melmetal. Are they still sitting 2-0? Looks like they finally lost one, but that means Kangaskhan is now sitting 3-0. If you see Umbra Harion on the standings there, that's what I'm looking at, I guess.
Yeah, so they're playing a very interesting deck of...
Yeah, the Mega King here. Let's take a look.
It's actually basically a stall deck with double Mega Kangaskhan, double Indeedee, Giratina EX, and even a non-EX Snorlax, by the way. Combos.
Okay. So that non-EX Snorlax is just a wall then, I would assume, right? That, like, early game wall?
Well, as well as for Oricorio doing just enough damage.
Oh, good point. Good point.
You even have to Dawn for the Giratina to be able to attack faster. Very honestly, never seen a deck like this before.
No, I haven't either. All right, well, we'll have to keep an eye on this one. I think we'll go with Pokemon Champ for next round, but this seems like something we should try to find.
100%.
Yeah, at some point today.
Also, if we look at the metagame real quick before round 3 starts, very interesting. Suicune Excalibur, most represented deck at 20% share, 36% win rate.
Yikes, that's abysmal, dude.
Yeah, that's looking very bad. Hydreigon also second most represented deck, 18% share, 43% win rate.
What is going on? The top 2 decks are not doing good at all.
Not just the top 2, bro. Top 3 is also negative. Sleep Altaria, 48% win rate.
That is nuts. Zeraora, though, doing good. Almost 60%.
Yeah. Makes sense. I mean, it beats... I want to say it beats all top 3 matchups. I know some people say Hydreigon beats it, but I think the matchup is actually more even than people give credit to.
I will say these numbers are going to be a little bit skewed the further down the list we go, just given the fact that there's not as many people representing the decks, so the numbers are going to be, again, a little skewed, but Charizard sitting at 75%. Scizor, it might go down after last round, after the standings from last round go through, but I don't know. Crazy to see.
I'm surprised people are still playing the Greninja Decidueye deck, because like it was so weird. Like that deck came out, won a couple tournaments, did like some top 8s, top 4s, and then I feel like in the next 5 tournaments nobody was playing it. I remember I think the last Pocket match, or maybe the one before last, I even checked and there was 0 people even playing that deck.
Really?
So yeah, it's kind of interesting to see people actually playing it. Yeah, I mean 75% win rate right now though, so one person's 3-0 playing it. Looks like round 4 just started though, so
okay, perfect. Let's hop into our Pokemon Champ.
I haven't started yet, which is perfect. They're started now.
Excellent.
Dude, I was so confused for a second. I was like looking at my other monitor and I'm like, why is there a Shaman in this deck? But it's actually the Slack Off full art. But
that's what I haven't seen in a minute or ever, really.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that in game besides myself.
Ooh, up against Mr. Hitstick too. This is a team member from the Pokémats crew.
Yeah, this might
be interesting matchup here.
Yes, sir. I mean, yeah, man, Psych being able to ramp up the Slack Off is definitely what you want to see. Plus, you already have the rare candy. So, pretty good board state for both of them. I mean, you could swap out into the Chingling to prevent the rare candy from Pokemon Champ side, of course. Or they could just stay in the active, go aggressive, and try to snipe some cards, knocking out the Mansec in the process. Or they could just red card.
Or they could red card. That's a good option as well.
Yeah.
That's one thing I'm wondering too is deck control going to start coming back? Like we haven't seen much for Mars or red card this last like two, 3 sets, I feel like.
I would 100% agree. I think it's something that it's in a weird position because like right now I want to say, I mean, let's look at the top deck first before I say anything. All right. So the red card worked here, but like a lot of times, like you try to red card somebody and then they just draw copycat anyway. So it's kind of weird.
Yeah,
I do think it is something that might come back. I guess it kind of depends on how many stage 2s are in the meta. Because I feel like when it's like a very dominated like stage 1, like Manetric, even stuff like Altaria, it doesn't have as much uses just with all the consistency cards in the game, like the Lycias. I know it's not playable like Sightseer as well. But looks like they're what does this even do? Oh, it puts your opponent's Pokemon to sleep.
Uh-oh.
That's disgusting, bro, if they top deck rare candy.
Oh.
Is that going to be the new meta deck? Slack off Darkrai.
Right?
We might be cooking here.
So, dang. They're in trouble. They have to run. They do get the 10 damage from Chingling, but it doesn't matter, right? So they attach and then evolve, and then they can attack as much as they want, I would assume, right? I think that's how slacking works. Oh,
they can't rare candy because Chingling. Yeah.
They have to rare candy it. I forgot. It's a stage 2, not a stage 1.
So, yeah, in this board state now, it's actually they need this Chingling to stay asleep because.
Okay, we've got a game.
Which, yeah, I don't know if Mista's on PCL. Grand Apple like sometimes runs it.
No PCL. No PCL on this deck.
Yeah, dude, actually, the sleep on this turn, because if they try to swap out and, like, you know, maybe, like, let a Mantech die, they're probably going to get Greninja Cyrus back in. Well, obviously, you don't even need Greninja because you're the Chingling ping, but... Yeah, this is,
Right.
not looking so good. Like, they do evolve into Slacking. You have 150 HP. The problem is... it kind of like depends on what that Pokeball is, because you're gonna need like a second Slacking at this point, or a couple. Like,
that's what I was just thinking. Is like you kind of need a second. Yeah, I don't know if one's gonna be enough here, right?
Yeah, let's just see. Let me look at the deck list real quick. There's actually no healing at all in this deck.
No, not at all. But they do have Ogerpon, so maybe they could finish it with Ogerpon. But I don't know. You're sitting there.
Yeah,
able to get pinged at this point. So is it worth it to go in and attach this turn, or do you wait?
No. So what you do is you evolve into Slacking. You take the Chingling KO. Yapsel with the Greninja cannot one-shot you, I'm pretty sure, because like Slacking just has too much HP.
Yep.
And then you place the Oricorio, or not the Oricorio, but the Ogerpon on the following turn.
Ooh, we're going big this turn.
I think I would have done. Because technically, they get like Cyrus in you, and like maybe they can like swap around enough to be able to like kill it with pings eventually. Let's see. Is he running double Cyrus in Greninja? I'm assuming not because the red card plus the boat, but
double Cyrus on Greninja is on the opponent's hand.
He does have double Cyrus. Yeah,
double
I think the
Cyrus
was always supposed to be played the next turn.
Watch them top deck a Poncho right after they take 20 damage. Mr. Hitstick, though, is going in with the Greninja in the active, which I think is probably... Reggie.
I'm now understanding why they played the Ogerpon, but no, they didn't need to do it anyways, because I didn't realize that Slacking discards an energy. But still, they could have just attached to the Slack Off and then evolved, so they would have 4. And then they could just place on the Ogerpon, place the energy down. So I think you never place the Ogerpon this turn, yeah. Because now you just have to live 2 turns, or you just have second Cyrus, right?
There's the Poncho. Oh wait, that's actually huge, because now they can retreat and then it's safe on the bench, other than a Cyrus.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Might have been. We might have a game here, man. We might have a game here. It is still a
Scar.
Greninja deck though.
It is still
they always
Greninja,
find
you're
the
right.
second one.
Here it
They always
is.
find the second one.
Oh!
Yeah, I feel like you would have never done. I mean, I guess it doesn't make like with the 30 damage left, it makes sense, but yeah.
Would that
I mean,
have
who
mattered
knows?
there if we didn't, like, if we would have not dropped Ogerpon? I think that would have been.
Yeah, I
Game.
think if we if we did
No,
drop
wait.
it would have been game.
Would it though? With the math of math,
Yeah.
because you would have taken the damage instead.
The slack off would have taken the damage, and then he only had 1 KO, which he would go for like a 1-1-2 line. Because like
You're right. You're right. Okay, I see what you're saying. You wait.
I guess the
Especially since he drew the Poncho the following turn too, right?
yeah. He also has Cyrus, so he could have always had energy on the Cyrus or like the Ogerpon for the Cyrus play.
Mhm.
Because I believe slacking, like if you evolve into it, as long as you don't place an energy, you shouldn't stay asleep, right? Yeah, so it's only when you attach an energy it goes to sleep. So you could have put the 4th energy on the slacking, the player around the discard. So by the time you put Ogerpon in, you still have 3 energies on slacking for the final attack. And then you put so I think you just had to wait to put the Ogerpon.
Maybe they wait. So they had to put Ogerpon down though to avoid the sleep though, didn't they? Isn't that maybe why they did it?
Well, if he evolved, he could have put the energy in slack off before evolving, right?
Uh-huh.
So like slack off wouldn't be like if he evolves into slacking, he wouldn't be asleep because he puts the energy on slack off.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Isn't that how it
Before
works?
then.
So,
yeah. It's as long as you do it. Yeah, you're right.
So,
well, there's the early Poncho, so that could be huge this game. Let's see
100%.
what we find here.
Pretty good hand, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I like it. I might have dropped some things. I don't know.
Yeah, a little sus about copycat now. Like it is questionable because if they place on like 2 basics, well, we don't see it, so they're saved. I guess
Anytime I'm going up against something where like copycat is their main draw engine, I'm more prone to drop it. Like I get why they don't want to, and they probably have PTSD from last game now for like forward dropping anything down on the board. But I still think, like especially this turn, you need to drop everything because you know they're gonna have that copycat.
100%. Like the scary thing too is you have to go in with a slack off and get that sleep. Otherwise, they just
you're
ping you
kind of
'cause
in trouble.
You can't candy.
Yeah. Does he have a middle evolution? No, he does not, huh?
No, he does not. I mean, I don't even know about dropping the Ogerpon. I mean, putting the Poncho on it makes sense, but then you don't have the Poncho and slack off.
He's going in with him. Ooh.
I think you have to. Dude, this is just such a weird scenario. Where like Qingling really destroys his deck, and I'm gonna be honest, like Qingling is not the most common, so I get why he doesn't have the stage 1 to play around Qingling. But this is just such a bad matchup where like you kind of have. I feel like you go for this.
Completely agree. I'm dropping the Poncho as well at this point. Like I don't want to. I wouldn't risk it.
I think you drop Poncho and Ogerpon 100%, and I think you just go for sleep because if they.
Ooh.
I don't like this only because they probably have Greninja, or they have Copycat to get Greninja. And then they get 2 KOs, and then I mean Ogerpon can solo an Absol, to be fair. But I would have put the Poncho on it to make sure it has no damage because they got
somehow we dodged. Somehow we dodged it. That's crazy. Bro has the crystal ball. Yeah, exactly. If that was me, this would have been my second copycat by now. There'd have been at 1 card left.
I still have PTSD of the Hydreigon tournament game.
The Hydro tournament? Bro, I played. That was the best I'd ever played on any deck ever. That was such a crazy tournament.
That was the best you drew on any deck.
I think so. It was out of control. Because, like, I was playing Hydreigon as, like, whatever, let's see what happens. And then it's like, uh-oh. I'm in second place with Hydreigon. How did this happen?
Like, lucky S-Pops, too. Yeah, I think you go for the sleep play now. I think you have to. I don't know, man.
Are you going sleep or are you going for the attack? I think they're considering the attack. Is what's crazy here.
I think you can't go for the attack because the Magby always dies to your Gren ping. I think you have to go for like a 1-1-2 line. Because like theoretically you go Ogerpon, they attack with Absol, they get Greninja, they just attack you twice, like the Ogerpon, then you just lose, right?
Hear me out on this wild play. What if you Poncho the Magby, go in with the Ogerpon, get the KO?
You might be cooking, bro. Hold up.
Because then they can't get that 1 prize point off the Magby. Oh my god,
You
do
might
it.
be cooking. You might be cooking.
Do it. It's gonna be too late
And
now.
then they get Cyrus in by Chingling.
Yeah, exactly. They'll get Cyrus and Chingling. That'll be hilarious. They do run 2 Cyrus, so.
Yeah.
We're squirming.
Oh. I don't think
Oh
it's
my
enough time.
lord. Oh no way. The game
rainbow.
freezes.
Rainbow.
Oh no, brother.
That
oh
is so
no.
unfortunate, yeah. Well.
Ouch.
Yeah, still
you're
don't place any cards for a cop.
getting punished for that. You're getting punished for that one. This might be 2 Greninjas at this point.
This is why I think you just go for the sleep. I mean, I like your play too. I think your play eventually loses like Cyrus Chingling, which if they didn't have the Greninjas, they probably had that. So I think you just go for a sleep scam. Because like if you think about it, if you
it gets worse. It gets worse.
Oh, yeah, it gets bad. Yeah, if you could sleep the Chingling and then evolve, I know they didn't have the candy anyways, but they could always drew it. But then you knock out the Chingling of Slack off and you have the Poncho on the Ogerpon.
Mm-hmm.
The Slacking is like guaranteed to get 1 attack off on that Absol, which means the Ogerpon always wins with Osiris on game. They still can't go in though because like it's super unfortunate, by the way. Still no Greninja, so they kind of got like saved there. Not gonna lie, like they have an out. I guess the question is, do you want a Sabrina take out one of these Froakies, or do you just take the Chingling? Yeah, anyways though, it looking pretty bad unless there's still no Greninja.
Yeah, I think we're cooked here. How did we not get a Greninja there though? That is what I want to know. What?
Yeah, it might be one of the most unluckiest copycats, not gonna lie.
Bro, Pokemon Champ has just been like dodging through this bad luck here. It's like that maybe that wasn't a misplay. Yeah. Maybe he knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah. Maybe he has a Pegasus's eye. He sees the hand of Mista. And he just knows what's gonna happen. Like Cyrus Chingling this turn. By the way, 4 energies on a Mega Absol. When have you ever seen that in your life?
It might punish him, right? If the Ogerpon gets in the active here, they're in trouble. Like, I don't know. I just wouldn't be attaching at this point.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Oh, yeah, that is true, by the way. That actually is true. Although it doesn't matter because by the time you go in, the Ogerpon is gonna have 3 anyways, but...
That's true, right? So, I think at this point, everything's about to have 7 energy.
I think I Sabrina here, man, and go for a Froakie. Like, might as well, right? Because the Chingling's never coming back in. And the Sabrina's going to get taken away anyways. But I guess, actually, no. You keep the Sabrina because then you can't take Sabrina and Cyrus, so it's actually just a guaranteed win.
Imagine they ponchoed the Magby and win this game. Or would have won this game, excuse me.
I guess if they have double
there it is.
Kren... I mean, dude, if they actually wait... No, they can still win this game, by the way. They have to Cyrus in the slack off. And they can still win. Because if they get double Gren, like if they get rid of the slack off this turn, that means I can't see his name, but Pokemon Champs can't win with Sabrina. And then what he could do is gotta say, but he gets the Magby.
Okay, yeah, interesting, Cyrus.
Okay.
Okay,
but he still loses to Sabrina, so yeah, he should have got the slack off.
Wait a minute, and he does have it. Yeah, wait a sec. Are we going to game 3 here? No way he's gonna win this somehow, dude. No way. Little does he know, right? Little does he know. Oh, no, wait, but then he steals Sabrina, though, so... I guess that is game. Because then he's going to get KO'd to... Yeah, he's going to get KO'd by a ping. Dang,
Yeah,
very
it's
close. Imagine he takes Cyrus. Wait, imagine. Oh no, never mind. He loses to the ping no matter what. As I say, imagine he gets put to sleep.
Where did the Poncho go? I'm so confused.
Poncho got red carded. Remember? I think I got red carded away.
Red carded, that's what
yeah.
I had a play in my head. I can't remember. I was like cooking and then he did something and I forgot about it. But yeah, the obstacle taking the Sabrina. Kind of just forgot about that.
He was in trouble there. The second that he misplayed there, especially, he was really going uphill. Let's see who is left. Also, shout out to both players there. Mista, again, part of the PMPT crew. Moving on. Who is left? Oh, wait. Didn't we say Harian? Harian was... Okay, go to Numa quickly.
Yeah.
It's Dark Tina versus... it's Dark Tina versus the Harian Kangas player.
That can't be good for Numa. Let's see this.
Let's see. Let me see who is up.
Harian is 1-0.
Harian up. Yeah, you're right. I think it is not good for Numa.
Although, let's see. Yeah, it looks like... From the small corner of the Twitch ads, it looks like Cyrus and the King has gone of 1 energy only, unless it has more than 1 energy. But... Yeah, so he has a Kingstone of 1 energy, so it looks like he just loses to, Ilima.
They do run 2 Ilima, so there's a good chance. This is kind of a crazy deck, honestly, right?
Yeah,
I wish we would have seen more of this, unfortunately.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, they have Ilima. Well, I guess the one thing about Ilima is with Ilima, they can't actually knock out the Giratina now because you're capped at 120 damage, so they can't use red. But I don't know how many energies that Dark Red has on it to be able to come in, and even if the Dark Red has max energies, I mean, you're only doing 80 damage to it after the heavy helmet, so you're not going to be able to KO it anyways. So this is pretty much a checkmate situation, I'm not going to lie, for Numa. Don't really see a way for him to come back in this.
Yeah.
Well, lucky S-Pop hold up.
Okay. The second Tina. Yeah, I think that means it's over.
Yeah, he knows. He knows it's over. So is this Kangaskhan undefeated then?
Yeah, and going 2-0 right now. I mean, it's out of control.
Yeah, I mean, so far he's beaten what? He's beaten a Manectric, a Suicune, and a Melmetal. So it looks like nothing can stop this. Like, even the stall decks are losing, like, the Melmetals, so...
This is crazy. I'm very bummed out that we didn't get to catch, like, that whole game there. This would have been a good one to watch.
100%. Okay, well, fun fact, the Manectric player he beat actually didn't have Oricorio, so I think that definitely helped.
Okay.
Because I think attaching...
This would be tough. Yeah, that's going to be tough, right? I think if this deck runs into an Oricorio, it is definitely in trouble. Especially a double Ori deck. Oof. Not looking good there. Let's see what's still going here. Han-sama versus Takahiro. Ooh, Satoshi? Satoshi, what are you playing? What are you up against? Oh, trying to find something interesting. Sorry, guys. Let's see what we have. I would go with Tan-sama Takahiro, if you're down for that.
I'm done.
Okay, let's do Tan-sama. I think he's in Discord. All right.
Do you know what game it was? Because he just lost that one, so I don't know if that was...
Did he? Okay, hold on. Let me find out.
It says 1-1 still, but maybe that was... Maybe it just hasn't updated.
Game 3. Dang it.
God dang it, Bobby.
There's Prelux versus Ryu.
Let's do that. Prelux life on the line here, so.
Suicune versus Suicune.
Even if it is, I still say let's do it just because Prelux life on the line. If he loses this, he's out of the tournament. That, we only got about 10 matches left, so.
Yeah. Well, looking at the board state,
he's looking pretty decent. Yeah, he's looking pretty decent here. Hold on, let me get it on the screen for everybody else. There we go.
Yeah. One guy has his whole board. The other guy has one Suicune.
Yeah.
All right, Cyrus on the Suicune, though, will be able to get the KO if they have one more basic. Which they don't. All right.
Well,
I guess this does stall them putting energy on the Chin-Pao, but looking at their hand, I don't know if Ryu actually has a Mars in deck. Let me check that real quick.
No Mars.
Yeah, no Mars, which means it's basically unwinnable. Prelux does everything he needs just to be able to win. Ryu has no KOs, so even if he knocks out the Suicune on the following turn, he will eventually, he'll be able to go to a second Suicune attack and then eventually Chin-Pao.
Hope I have these deck lists set up right. It's always confusing when they're both running the same thing.
Yeah. Well, it looks like Prelux will not be getting knocked out just yet. There's still one more round for him to potentially, but looks like he is preserving his lifeline. I guess, if Ryu actually can get his Suicune back up to full HP, I don't think it's possible. I don't think he has enough healing in his deck, actually. Unless he has Lucky S-Pop, which he does not have. He only has one PCL. I mean, he does have Sabrina to be able to stall, but with both the Baxcaliburs down, it doesn't really do anything, unfortunately.
Trying to see if Harion is watching the stream at all. Hop in the Discord. We want to watch your next round. That's what I was trying to set up here. Was Harion's next game, or Harion for our next game here? I believe. Let me find out too. I don't know if next round is going to be the last round or not. I'm sure somebody did clarify that and I missed it.
But yeah, Prelux just talks to Suicune. He has Chin-Pao on the following turn because of the double Baxcalibur.
I think that's game, right? Yep.
Yeah, you already wasted PCL, even with something like a I guess you even need a. I mean, he could place a second Frigibax. He doesn't need to. I know he's technically playing around maybe a weird misplay, but he doesn't have enough energies on the Chin-Pao anyway, so not like it really matters. But I guess in case he misplays or if some fake Mars comes out.
Yeah. The player's playing a card they didn't exactly. The wrong deck list comes out. The judges say they allow it. The steel chair.
I'd be down. Also, I guess in case maybe. Right? Yeah, I guess he was playing around Sabrina and then his Mumu player actually crashing and then picking the
exactly right. Hit him with all the full arts.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it almost happened. It did happen kind of with the Ogerpon, right? Imagine they were playing the non-full art Ogerpon. They would have been able to attack.
That is true.
Now we're getting gold borders too. They're just adding to it, right? I'm gonna have so many gold borders. Your guys' games are gonna crash.
Dude, that's why I want gold Lucky S-Pop to punish Lucky S-Pop players.
Yeah.
It actually make a lot of sense. but we probably have to wait till like Deluxe 2.
That's going to be a crazy one. That's probably it, right? Deluxe 2 is going to be the Gold Crown Lucky Ice Pop.
Yeah, it has to be. There's no other card I feel like it would be.
All right. Looks like there's only about 4 matches left here before we move into our 5th and final Swiss round today. We're only doing 5 rounds today, guys. Tech, why don't you do a little bit of promo? Maybe tell them about yourself again, where they can find you, all that good stuff.
Yep. Yeah, so you guys can find me just the name under my face cam, Sakaru on YouTube. You could also find me, I think, Sakaru _ either in beginning of the name or after the name on Twitch or Twitter. And yeah, I'm just a Pokemon Pocket creator. I do the competitive side of content like Jay. I like to do ranked. I also like to do tournaments. Just depending on, you know, what's going on in the game, the metas. And very excited for the next set. I think so far the trailer was the best one we've seen in like 3 sets. So I think we have a very huge update coming to the game, and I'm very excited for it.
What do you think about Mega Sceptile? Are you excited for that one, or what do you think it's going to be?
100%.
You think it's going to be better than like... So Mega Blaziken, not very, you know, prominent in the meta game right now. Not that it can't be good, but it's not very prominent. Do you think Mega Sceptile is going to be like a burnout? Like it'll be good for a week because it's a brand new card and then it's not going to be so good? Or do you think it's actually going to be good because we don't have any like fast attacking grass type cards? I keep thinking like, since we don't have a fast attacking grass type card, like there's nothing like that can have 210 HP and attack for 2 energy. You know, it's the first of its kind. So I do think that it's gonna be somewhat decent, but I don't know.
So if we think back in the day, there's really 2 fast aggressive, or there's a couple of fast aggressive grass types. We had Executor EX, which obviously got power crap. The damage just wasn't enough. Then we move on to like Celestial Guardians, where Decidueye was meta relevant. That damage was nice at the time, but eventually, you know, hitting 100 damage for 2 turns, it wasn't enough to be able to compete. And then we got Masquerada, which was interesting, you know, doing the whole flower trick thing.
Yeah.
But the problem was you still had to wait like 2 turns. But Mega Sceptile just off the bat, 210 HP, having 140 damage with the poison. And being able to combo that with something like Neolego, you have Leaf Cape. Obviously, you have both Lily and Erica access to. And I do believe we're getting a Grass Stadium, 100%. If not, we're going to get some sort of like grass card.
What do you think a Grass Stadium would do?
It's either going to give more HP or it's going to like do some sort of healing effect for grass types. Maybe like
plus, a heal would be crazy.
Like a leftovers. Yeah, so I think grass type overall just has more support. Like unlike Blaziken, you don't have Flame Patch. I don't really think you need Flame Patch though on Blaziken.
That was my one thought anyways. Is like you are like able to get energy locked with this Mega Sceptile deck, given the fact that it does discard 1 energy to attack. But I think, I don't know, I think considering it's got so much HP and it does so much damage, it's going to be like the star of the show. It won't matter, right?
Yeah, 100%. I also think you have better Pokemon to be able to pair it with, because like a Blaziken example, you had Entei early on, which definitely was not it. And then you have like this Heatmore variant. Sometimes you see a Furfuro. But there's a lot of grass Pokemon. Like there are like Kartana, you have Pheromosa to be able to like Kartana knocks out your Pokemon. Pheromosa does damage to both bench and active, meaning it's just better than Heatmore, obviously. And if you're going to be playing Neolego, you could technically play like a Celesteela in that deck to be able to swap out the Ultra Beast. Obviously not Sceptile itself. Yeah. Which I think is like a cool tech that might be a thing. But yeah, I think there's just more options for Sceptile to be able to be built than something like the Fire decks. Plus, I think the weakness to water is way worse for something like Blaziken, where like the fire weakness really doesn't matter. Because the only 2 meta relevant ones are like Charizard, which obviously you already
gonna get 1 shot anyways, right? Exactly.
And Blaziken already 2 shots you, so it's like that's not really doing much. Like plus being grass is just better because you have the advantage the dark types, sometimes the fighting types as well. So I've seen overall, I think being grass type, yeah. I
hope it does well enough to get rid of Hydreigon. That's my hope. Fingers are crossed there. It should be, at least for the first few weeks, it should be so like prominent that I think it is gonna wipe out Hydreigon from the meta. But I don't know. Again, hopefully its Mega Sceptile is good enough to last through the entire set.
I think at worst it becomes what Blaziken is, kind of like a niche like mid tier to maybe like high low tier. So at worst case, it's just gonna be a Blaziken too.
Yeah, you're right. At worst case, it's a Blaziken. So I think either way it is gonna be mid tier no matter what. But fingers are crossed there. I do have high hopes for it. We'll have to see. What about Lucario? Do you think Lucario is in it to win it? Do you think fighting is gonna be like the new thing?
Yeah, I think fighting types, both the cards, the stadium, and obviously Karina, huge buff. Lucario I think is interesting. I think the fact that it has 190 HP is going to be the reason it's played. If it had anything less, for like 170, I think you would still be getting cooked by Altaria, which is like the nice thing because you have the weakness to Psychic. I think of all the buffs, I mean, fighting types can just go on the aggressive. I'm kind of scared of Rampardos, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like 1 for 180.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah, so
That's
I think
disgusting.
all the fighting types got a huge buff with the card. So I think Lucario will be a deck that probably will be the main one, just because Lucario is a fan favorite. But I still think like stuff like Donphan, the Megalopunnies we were talking about earlier, like the Rampardos, I think a bunch of fighting decks will actually start popping off because I think they have like the damage that they need now to be able to compete. So I'm very interested to see what happens with that whole archetype, because I think fighting types honestly are probably the worst type in the game right now. You could argue Dragon, but I don't really know if you should count Dragon.
Dragon doesn't really count, right?
Yeah, it's even then Dragonite is probably better than anything that fighting has right now.
Honestly, you might be right there too, right? Dragonite still beats out fighting, so I hope it's. Not even hope. I already know, just based off the cards we're getting. Just even the stadium, I think, is enough to kind of make some waves in the fighting game meta, I guess. So fingers are crossed there. We'll have to see exactly what comes out of it. But for now, are we still waiting? Oh, we're still waiting. Oh my lord.
Yeah,
still need to yap.
Let's see. Hydreigon versus Charizard, which I feel like should not be taking this long. And then a Greninja Absol versus a Scissor, which understandable.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Scissor deck kind of maybe understandable there. My hope is that I can get a hold of Harion here and maybe we can sneak in and catch that Mega Kang game. That would be fun to see. We kind of got a glimpse of it that last round there, but I really want to watch like the full deal. This deck looks 100%. Pretty crazy. I'm for everybody at home, and I guess for you too, Sec, I do have the deck list pulled up. I was just gonna go through it kind of real quickly here. So they're running double Mega Kang, double Indeedee, a single Giratina, and a single Snorlax, double Ilima, and a Dawn as well. Interesting.
Yeah, I like the Dawn.
Yeah, the Dawn's. I mean, I suppose that's going to be pretty useful, especially if you find a Tina, or you have Tina and just building up on the bench there. Move that energy to Snorlax, one energy or one turn sooner for your attack. The double heavy helmet makes sense. I don't know. I like this. I might be trying this after the tournament today because this looks fun.
Yeah, I'm definitely not playing ranked after this, just in case any viewers are taking this to ranked, because I'm a Manectric main, and I was mentioning the Oricorio that probably would help in the matchup, but I mean, the Indeedee still like canceled all the damage in the heavy helmet, so the Oricorio might just make a tie situation, like a game 30 or turn 30, but yeah, I would not personally like to play against that.
Yeah, no, you're probably right there, honestly. That would be not fun. I don't know what I was going to say. I just lost my train of thought. Either way, are we still yapping? One round left. One game left. Excuse me. Yeah. One game left, and there's only one round left.
Dude, I keep smiling now every time I see like that Iggly buff pick because I keep thinking about the Floofle.
The Floofle. I love the German names. Palmy's one of my favorite to watch just because we get the German names.
It's so good.
They have another really good one too. There's Schling King and the worm. Orthworm is Schlurm. The Schlurman worm.
Oh, that's banger, man.
I can only imagine they have a ton of good ones. What were you gonna say?
I was just, I feel like this, like the worm's name reminds me of like something like Futurama.
Dude, totally, right?
Like that one drink they were drinking.
The Schlurm. Dude, isn't that what it is? It is called Schlurm, isn't it? Or Slurm?
I think it's like something like that, yeah.
That's funny. I used to love Futurama. It's been a minute. King of the Hill,
same.
obviously my all-time favorite, right?
I tell you what.
Banger, bro. They should hire you, bro, for voice acting.
If Mike Judge, if you ever need me, hit me up.
He might need a week off. Just put you in.
Sorry, Maddie.
All right, I'm already losing.
Sorry, Maddie. I have to go step in for Mike Judge.
Banger.
All right, enough of that. Are we done? One match left. I gotta be quick here. So as soon as this round ends, or as soon as the next round starts up, I'm gonna try to hop into the room and stop Harion and see if we can get that game streamed. That would be the ideal scenario there. Palme's also... Ooh, Palme's also 4-0. So there's a good chance Palme goes up against...
Ooh, true.
Our Kang player here. Which would be awesome, because then we get the German names too.
Yeah, dude, and then we get to see the Sleep Alpha, which like honestly like really is not represented, I feel like, as much as it should be. Most people just, like I said earlier, like default to the Altaria. Because it makes sense, there's more synergy, but personally I think Absol plus Darkrai just has more aura than Altaria, which is like why I would run it, even though it probably overall is a worse deck.
But you're right. The aura. Is the aura enough to carry you?
Yeah, I think it is.
I mean, it's working for Palme. Real quickly, I'm going to pull up his deck list. I wonder, too, if that Igglybuff, not even, I know it's going to, but the Igglybuff Darkrai tech is something that can, like, be carried on from here on out, right? Like, it starts on this set and it moves on to every set from here on out. If you ever need a wall to set something up, there it is. Igglybuff Darkrai.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I would love for this game to get a ban list, and if it did, I want that Darkrai on it right away next to Lucky Eyes Pop. I don't know if it should be in the game, but it is. And it's fun when we use it, but when somebody uses it against you, it sucks.
You're absolutely right there, right? It's fun when I use it. Actually, it's not even fun when I use it because I'm like, God damn it, I can't even land a coin flip.
True.
So, but no, I don't know. That's interesting though. That again, I guess they unleashed a wall that maybe it's not the wall that we needed.
Yeah.
Sorry if you guys hear my dogs barking.
Because I like the Igglybuff. Like I'll get mad if somebody puts me to sleep, but I think it was the last season I was playing like that Galvantula Greninja deck, and I was like paralyzing people for like 10 plus turns in a row. I'm like, oh, dude, this is the most fun game
terrorizing.
Ever. But then it happens to me, and I'm like, yeah, this needs to be banned.
Yep. No, that's like the Meowth Altaria deck we were talking about too. That's kind of how I'm feeling. Is like, bro, if somebody did this to me, I would just be like, done. That would be it. I'm turning the game off. I was playing against a Manectric player, and I was cooked. I had like a Meowth and nothing. And I managed to deflect 5 attacks in a row with Meowth, which against a Manectric is disgusting, right? Like 5 in a row?
No, yeah.
That's disgusting, bro. I literally went from nothing to like setting up my entire deck. I had like 2 Greninjas, my Mega Altaria just sitting there. I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go now. And then I win the game. And it I don't know. It's, for me, it's awesome. But for the opponent, I can only imagine how like I'm ruining their game experience so bad they probably shut the game off.
You probably ruined his day.
Probably ruined his day. I wonder if the dude uninstalled after that. I truly do. I might have. All right, next round is up. Hold on, I gotta catch this guy quick. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, go. I was gonna say I got lucky. I've only ever faced against that deck twice.
Really?
In my life. Yeah. It was the very last match to get top 1K.
Oh, it's against a Alolan J.
I beat it.
This is gonna be such a matchup. So it's against a Alolan J. Where did he go?
Chandelure. King is gone.
Oh no, where's he at?
No, I think this is a different Chandelure, right?
No, it's it. It's the same guy. Yeah.
No, he's gone.
Jay will come back. I'll get him.
I guess we'd watch Hydreigon in the meantime.
Neither player checked in right now. What if neither one checks in and they go 4-0 and they say, nope, that's it. Alolan J playing Chandelure. Nope, that's
can
it.
They tie? I don't know.
They
Can you
could.
tie in the Invitational?
They could.
Yeah.
Even and I would let them tie, but they're still gonna have to play the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They can only tie if they play. That's the rule, actually. Otherwise, it's a double loss.
Abusing mod powers.
Abuse. I can do it, right?
Right here on live, bro. Hashtag cancel J. No, well,
Okay, so I got him
don't
to
know if
play.
you have a bet.
What'd you say?
I was gonna say in the meantime, I was gonna like commentate this match. I don't know if you had it open, but
Oh, which one are
If
we
you're
looking
gonna
at?
play that.
Tansama?
yeah, I already had it open, so I don't know if you like. I don't know if this.
Let me see. I could probably do it. And
Yeah, I
give me
don't
like 2
see them,
seconds.
No, yeah, you're good. I was gonna try like filling the white noise, but
Feel free. Okay, I've got it on screen now if you want to. I am gonna talk to these guys for just a sec though.
The Absol is asleep from the Iggly buff, and the Altaria can come in on the next turn and just win. Well, not anymore because the Lucky Ice pops, but they still could win if Osiris, or if it just stays asleep for one more turn. So do we get scammed? Find out next time on
Find
Sleep
out
Altaria,
next
man.
time.
No, actually though. And they wake up though, but they could instantly get put back to sleep. The Iggly buff does, and they have a second one. All right. Yeah, I want to go ahead and say this Absol player is cooked. Potentially.
Oh wait, hold on. Sorry, for some reason the gameplay went gray. There we go. Oh, I did that.
I haven't seen any of them join the VCs yet, so. And it stays asleep again. All right, let's see if Lucky Ice Pop can win. He needs to land. He needs to land 2 flips, right? Because he will go back down to 140. Could potentially lose the training area if they have it. And all right, let's see what happens. Well, no, they just die actually, because if they stay asleep, they die on their turn. He's going for the second Lucky Ice Pop. I think off that copycat doesn't find it. Yeah, if he stays asleep, the Altaria obviously does 150 in one turn. So, very engaging gameplay. Mega Altaria Sleep might be the most skilled deck in the game. Congrats to Fasting for game 1.
That's already
The
over.
second
Game
speed.
1, crazy.
Mega Absol lead into 2 Igglytuffs. Can't do much about that.
Good news. I do have our other game almost ready to go here. Sorry, I know the
Bet.
deck list on this game are kind of all over the place. Sorry, everybody. Everything's all over the place. I was doing some background work. We're trying to set up the actual round we're going to watch for this round, or actual game we're going to watch for this round. I think it's going to depend on the Meowth coins, is what Harion says. All right, Alolan J is here if we want to hop down there.
I am down.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Big shout out to both players here. This deck looks fun. Both these decks actually are pretty fun looking. Here, let me get them on the screen.
Yeah, I want to say the I'm gonna put money on the Chandelure, mainly just because you're going up against a bunch of megas. You're gonna be able to one-shot everything,
Yeah.
which is gonna be feeling pretty probably good for you. You could always just, I guess, go aggressive like the Indeedee and attack and try to knock out the Meowth with that, and then have the King in the background. So I think either way we're in for a treat.
I hope it's an interesting match, right? Both players did agree to tie, but I said you guys can only tie if you play. So shout out to both players for actually playing their games too. Just so we have some content, right? But let's pretend they're not tying, right? This is life on the line for both players.
Oh, they actually are tying?
Yeah, I think they are.
Oh.
Either
way, it'll be fun to watch.
That's what I'm saying. It'll be fun to watch, right? Maybe I shouldn't have spoiled it. Oops.
Yeah. It's like we could watch this, or we could watch Hydreigon versus Suicune, which you guys have probably saw for the last 10 Pocket Mads. So
exactly. That's what I was thinking too. Really this one looks pretty interesting. So gonna be our 5th and final round here. Again, I'm joined with Sek. How do you say it, Sek? Sakaru, right? Sakaru. I've got to just throw my Japanese voice into it. I always want to like say it Midwest style. Sakaru? No. Sakaru.
I say Sakaru a lot, mainly because I said it's easier for people. I don't really care, to be honest. Nobody ever calls me it. People just say Sek.
I was going to say, I've just always said Sek, but Sakaru. I'm going to say it again. Throw your Japanese into it. But either way, I'm joined with Sakaru. Sek. One of the best players in the world. One of the coolest players in the world as well. He's a bro. I'm glad we finally got you on for a Pocket Mads, right? This is long overdue. Kind of a bummer. It's such a short one today, but I'm still glad we got you on. We'll definitely have to get you on for like a full length Pocket Mads at one of these weekends.
Yeah, I'm definitely down. I mean, I also don't mind it being shorter because got some stuff to do later.
There you go, right?
Silk Song, but I'm just glad to be joined by literally one of the best casters. If not, I think low key, I'm gonna say her, bro. Well, actually, you might be the only caster left.
I think I'm the only one left,
best
right?
Caster, bro. But even then, I think you were always the best caster. I think everybody on the Pocket Mads, I always see people praising you in the chats and the Discord server. So
I appreciate it, dude.
Be joined.
I appreciate it. And you know what? Shout out to everybody, Pocket Mads included, and the entire Pocket Mads crew, the judges, everybody, the viewers as well, right? The viewers, everybody casting their games. Thank you so much to everybody that shows up every weekend and helps, put these tournaments on.
Yep.
Takes everybody to make sure that these things actually happen. So again, shout out to everybody. If you guys are watching on YouTube, you haven't yet hit that like button, make sure to do that. Definitely helps spread these streams in the algorithm. And if you guys aren't subbed up to Sek, make sure to go do that. He streams on both YouTube and Twitch. So make sure you guys are, again, subbed up, followed up, all that good stuff. And do that for everybody, right? Me, Maddie, Sek, everybody.
Yep.
Either way, locking back into the game. Yes, exactly, right?
And follow J2, 100%.
Hey.
Gotta make sure to follow him first. But it looks like we have Meloetta lead. Indeed, this is what I was talking about. I think the Indeed lead actually isn't bad to get that first KO. However, you still you really can't one-shot Chandelures in this deck, which is the very big downside because you only have red, I think, as a damage modifier, right, on Harrian's side, which obviously have no effect on Chandelure.
Yeah, no, not great. Do they have? If they're gonna throw it now, they don't have their stadium out either. They do have the plaza, so they could have had a free retreat. I think they're just throwing the red though to get some supporters out of the way.
Yeah, I think they have a very high chance to just draw one, obviously. So I think they're just kind of using it now. Maybe in case they top deck a Professor Research, maybe they top deck a Copycat.
Yep,
makes sense. Damage could have been nice, but I think honestly, the Kingscon has 180 HP. So technically 200 for the heavy helmet. Pretty easy to just two-shot this guy, and even if they ill him up, they don't have a second attacker, which is not good.
Mars. Now, I wonder if we maybe save the Mars or not. Let's go in.
I mean, it makes sense, right? Because he have 4 cards in hand. I'm not sure about the Discord pal because I wasn't paying attention too much, but there was a chance that there's no Professor Researchers or Copycats used, and there was probably a high chance for an Ilma to be in the hand in that situation, right?
They are gonna hit for. Actually, wait, can't even hit now, right? He's only at 1 energy. Oh no.
Yeah, I think you definitely go in now. I think you.
Oh no, why wouldn't we go in?
Patient.
Okay. Did they miss that? Maybe they missed that fact too, that they're not actually going to be able to attack this turn.
Because even if they had Ilma, the Indeed's not one-shotting the Chandelure, and then you just one-shot it back, right? So I also think it's one of those matchups where, we mentioned earlier, where technically probably was a misplay not to attack, but will it actually matter? Probably not.
Yeah, I mean, waiting is going to essentially do the same thing, right? Eventually this is going to go in and it's going to be the same sequence where you have to hit into it twice. Actually, this is kind of bad because Meloetta's not going to be able to
Yeah.
tank both hits, and now you're tanking damage for no reason on a Chandelure.
Yeah. Well, it's not bad actually because they have the Ilima. They can't even attack the Chandelure again, right? So
Yeah.
it's just one of those matchups where like Harrion is playing this deck. He beat 4 decks in a row because there weren't cards that are going to be doing like 180 to 200 damage to him. Like he's like dodged all the Zard so far, which is a benefit, but like Chandelure is basically Zard 2.0, right?
Exactly. Almost worse because you have to. It's a 1 price pointer, so it's like you have to get through 2 Zards. All right.
Yeah, you'd have to have like Giratina maybe this turn, but even then, I don't even know how you get enough energies to attack or something.
Going in with the other Kang. So that must mean they have the other Ilima probably handy. They don't have any sort of like baby or way to set up energy very efficiently. So, let's see. Do they choose to Sabrina here? Good. Hit for 180 if you do. Is a magic number.
Yeah, I see. I don't see a reason to. I'm gonna be honest, because like if he has second Ilima, he has second Ilima. It's gonna be the same situation. The only difference is you like knock out the Indeedee, which honestly doesn't do anything. So, he actually has it though.
There it is.
But
oh wait, why did we attach energy? Oh no, was that a misplay? Uh-oh.
no, so what he was trying to do is he's trying to like, I don't think it matters anyways, but he basically wants Indeedee to get attacked first, so it can die, then he can go into Kangaskhan. But he has Sabrina, so like doesn't matter.
I gotta count my energy anyways. You're right, it won't matter. We are gonna just sacrifice the Indeedee this turn, it looks like. Opponent is conceding. All right, game 1.
Yeah, kind of an I almost want to say an unwinnable matchup for Harrion. Like honestly, probably the worst draw besides Zard.
All right, I think they're getting loaded into the next game here. Just making sure everything's good. There we are. Game 2 between Harian and Alolan J. I think you kind of are right here. This might be an uphill battle for Harian. Maybe this is the way to do it, though. Maybe J just bricks. Although having Meloetta in the active is going to be a good way to start, no matter what, even if you don't have any other Pokemon.
Yeah.
Harian didn't have Tina last game, though, so maybe that could be a difference maker, or at least not right away, I don't feel like. Maybe he did. I wasn't paying attention.
No, we never saw it get placed down. So maybe using a Tina before Kangaskhan attack, putting a Chandelure in range of getting KO'd by like the 40 damage from the first Kangaskhan attack into like a second one getting damaged might be one way. It probably is still going to be a little bit too slow. And you will get one shot, so it's kind of interesting.
Sabrina, not a terrible choice here, but also, like, go for it, I feel like, right? It doesn't really matter. I feel like Tina in the active's not bad either. Going for May.
Yeah, I think we could have low-key saved the May just in case of a potential top deck, but I think he has a lot of time with the Meloetta searchers. I think the May makes sense because we saw the Sabrina have value late game, obviously last game, and maybe he was like thinking maybe like it will come up again. So I don't mind the May because you have the searchers, of course.
Opponent doesn't run any sort of copycat, so it doesn't matter if you get your hand size big or not. Nor do they run any sort of hand interruption or deck interruption, excuse me.
Yeah, it makes sense. There's no way you like with the double and DD package, you're just not gonna have a lot of room. We do see once again, looks like they're gonna go aggro with the DD or just placing the energy to be able to swap out eventually. And let's see, they get the Chandelure.
Well, they could just go in right now, right?
I don't know how much damage they have on the Chandelure. I don't think you want to have the. I mean,
you're kind of right there. I don't know also how much damage they're going to be able to do. Let's see.
Yeah, I think you definitely want to. I guess it wouldn't matter because if they attach to the DD, then they're attached to the DD.
Got 100. Okay, so I would wait actually.
Yeah, you always could just like top deck red theoretically. I'm assuming we just ramp up the gear. I put one on the Kangaskhan for the energy placements from Harrian's side.
Harrian also doesn't run any sort of Sabrina, so they have to get through this Meloetta just by attacking through it.
Which is not full good.
No, definitely not.
He has to retap it.
Yeah. Opting to just say, let's forget about that and start powering up everything else instead. And there's our guy. Oh no.
I'm gonna be honest, dude. I think I use red here. Take the KO on the D.
Take the go for it.
KO me again, and then you have the Sabrina, right?
I think so
also
too,
just playing safe. I think you could also just play it safe. I think it doesn't matter, but
I kind of agree with your play though. You go for red now, Sabrina the following turn, and I think you take it, right?
Yeah, because the Giratina they can't attack. The King is. I mean, he could dawn on you, but then you have the Sabrina right for the. I think, well, actually, you're only doing 140 damage after the Sabrina. But still, I mean, even then, you can just hack into the Kangaskhan. You're going to have, like, the second guy guaranteed to get you at Lissia on hand. But I don't think there's a wrong way to play this if you're JP. You're like, yeah, why not set above the Chandelure just to one-shot everything in their deck, right?
And I think you're right. That is probably the safest way to go about it. Make them get through your walls, and then drop a nuke on them. Okay, yeah. Here we go.
So they definitely have Dawn in hand. Yep.
But this could also, a bad coin flip here could be devastating. Never mind. I think they're going to have to flip twice, right? Second attack will go off here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But that's just good because now it's preventing any like additional damage. Well, I guess it didn't matter because you're doing 40 anyways, right? But yeah, I think landing heads on the first one was impactful because like you don't do the additional damage to the Chandelures in the back.
Yeah.
But I think I kind of go.
You go in
now, right?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm going in at this point if I'm Alolan J or JP.
Because the best they could do is Ilima onto you, go into the Giratina. They already wasted Dawn. They don't have any energy, and then you just win with Sabrina after the Giratina, right? You also could just stall one more turn and then use red, and I think just one shot the Kangaskhan. I don't know.
You know, that's very true. That's very true.
They're only doing 180. I think you just attack. There's no way for them to KO you in one shot. I think you just do it.
Because you have a second one ready to go in the pocket anyways, so.
Yeah, exactly. And they can't one-shot you. Nothing they have can one-shot you anyways. So. Even the Giratina can only do 130. You have 140 HP.
Looks like that's what they are going to do here. That's all their cards. Four supporters left. I think he's at 160 damage. Is that right?
I think he was at 140 or maybe.
You might be right. Yeah. It's either 140 or 160. All right, we're blocking the first hit, which is good.
Every time.
That's all we needed. Bro, Meowth, best card, MVP.
It really is.
Don't tell anybody. He's going to get Badooed into Oblivion next set.
I'm glad. I hope the Badoo, like, does keep that deck from ever coming back, like, the number 2 like it was for, like, those 2 days.
I wonder how Badoo's seriously going to work. Like, do you have to run just Chingling and Badoo and that's it? You just run Chingling, Badoo, and everything, and then just do, like, like, that's my thought for what to run with Mega Sceptile is just Chinglings, like 2 Chinglings, 2 Badoos, and Mega Sceptile. And just use the babies to kind of bounce out when I need them and go big with Mega Sceptile.
I think I would Mars here, man. Yeah. I just Mars here.
Yeah, I think so too.
They don't have Elima, and then you just win, right? Well, you don't. They can swap out technically, but I don't really know what that is.
Cape going on, which doesn't really matter. They were already gonna be outside of KO range.
Yeah.
I guess next turn, right? They don't have another helmet. Well, they do have 2 helmets, but they don't have another one equipped. I was gonna say without the helmet, they're definitely getting 1 shot.
Yeah,
I think even
the problem
with the
is,
helmet. Go ahead.
Well, lucky. I was gonna say that. I think the problem is if the Giratina comes in. Once the Giratina is dead, the game is an insta loss to Sabrina. Yeah, they just could see. They already know it's over.
All right. I think you're right. That's definitely an uphill battle, unwinnable match, pretty much.
I don't know about. Okay, so let's see. From the people streaming, I don't see anybody in the Discord that's still streaming. But I know Prelux, for example, is 1-1 on stream right now.
I guess I can just do this. My bad. I'll do it.
Well, never mind. He won. I just clicked on it.
All right. Well, I don't know if we have anybody else left. Javi? Is Javi around? Oh.
I don't see anybody.
I wonder if that's truly going to be it. Let's take a look.
Let's see. Is there any 5-0 decks? Let's see. There's only one 5-0 deck in the tournament, and actually there's 2 of them. Both of them are going to be both Suicune and Baxcalibur.
Really? The 2 Suicune Baxcalibur went 5-0, huh?
Yeah, it's going to be both Nymph Noctis and
PP.
Yeah, PP.
I just call it PP. I think it's PPI top, and I don't know what the name is, but
I was about to say like Pit or Pin, but
yeah. Pipitin?
I think yeah.
Pitopin? Oh wait, maybe it is Pitopin. Pitopin. That's a name. PPI Toppin. I'm the worst with pronouncing names, so don't ask me. I think that might be it for us, unfortunately, dude. Well, I don't see any other games, and they're going to end up dropping here quick, I would imagine, for the remaining 6.
Yep.
Well, that's kind of a bummer. I wanted to watch some more games, but I guess good news is if you have something else to do on Saturday here, I think you said you're going to go play some Silk Song. Is that what your plans are?
Yeah, when the game first came out, I played like halfway through it. And then I think a new pocket set came out, so I started doing some content for it, and I never got back to it. So last 5 days, honestly, that's why I haven't been streaming.
Honestly, no, that's kind of where I'm at too. Is I started grinding ranked, and I hit like top 3,000, and then I fell off, and I don't know. I haven't gotten back into it the rest of the season, which is kind of a bummer. But yeah. The new set's gonna be dropping, and I'm gonna revive. Right, we'll be back. Content will be alive again. So I'm excited for that. What are your plans for next week? Are you going to be live? I would imagine as soon as the pack goes live.
The pack comes out at 6 p.m. for me. I work at 3 a.m. on the next day.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna be absolutely blasted. So I'm doing like a short stream, probably trying to get like maybe a video up.
Just get your summons and then go to bed.
just something, bro.
That would be the worst. Like, let me get totally hype and then go to bed, and then and then kill it.
Like, dude, I wish it was like I might ask for like a 5 a.m. change or something, because 3 a.m. is just not it unless it's changed already. That's rough. Definitely rough. Yeah. What about you? I'm definitely gonna be live for the set. I don't know. I gotta check and see what like the lineup for tournaments are that next day, because I do want to try to play some tournaments.
But I was gonna say my downfall is that I always end up staying up way too late that first night, and then I'll end up grinding dumb stuff too. Like I'll grind the PvE content, and I'm like, why am I doing this? Just to try to get hourglasses, to try to pull more cards. You know,
dude, I haven't done one of those. I was like going through the last couple of days trying to do solo battles. Like I have like 3 to 4 seasons, bro. I can't do it.
I have a lot backed up too. I was gonna say I've got a lot of free hourglasses backed up, and they made it harder to get the shop tokens. I feel like too, right? Like it's really hard to get the shop.
It's like you use like 5 cards from Fantastic Parade in your deck. I'm like, dude, I'm not doing this.
That. Yeah, exactly. So the shop tokens too. I'm missing out on some of the shop hourglasses in there too.
Yeah, I got 0 myself.
Either way, this set I didn't do too bad. I'm up to between my account and my cousin's account, quotes on cousin. Between my account and my cousin's account, I've got 1,200 hourglasses, and then I'm gonna do probably like 700-ish gold. Probably, I'll hit gold cap.
I got lucky, dude, because I only opened like 40 to 50 packs last time from this set. I got like double of everything, so I still have like 600 gold left over. So
really?
I'm basically not.
Oh, you did? I remember. Yeah, we did pack openings together. Remember?
Yeah. Then my PC crashed.
And your PC crashed. Yeah.
Anymore.
Well, either way, I do remember that you ended with a bunch of gold though, so that's good. I got my butt kicked. Yeah. I started with a ton of gold last set, and I was hoping to do the same thing you did and like save a ton for this upcoming set. Didn't happen. I think I have 180 gold left over out of like 1,000 plus.
Yeah, they made the rarities so hard that I just get the base card and then I'm fine, because I know I'm not going to be pulling the full arts, the rainbows anymore. Especially, I will say I don't like that the double sets, whatever you want to call them, the 2 packs are now one sets.
I was just about to ask your opinion on that. What do you feel about them taking double sets for everybody at home? Just to kind of explain what we're talking about here. The upcoming set is going to be B3. It should technically be a 2 set, right? Like in the A series, in the A series, this would have been a 2-pack. But now they've kind of condensed it to 1. So it's going to be similar to Fantastical Parade, where it's a single set that has like 150 cards in it, I think. Is that what it is?
So
something crazy?
Yeah, so Space Time and Fantastical Parade have the same amount of cards in the pack. I personally don't like 1 pack. Well, it kind of makes it easier because like you don't have to like decide of which one you open.
That's
true. At the same time, like if I'm like let's say I open 100 packs. This is what happened in Fantastical Parade. I was missing like a bunch of EX Pokemon, and I just could not pull them because like there's just too many cards in the pack, and like you couldn't like focus on them.
Yeah,
so
exactly. It splits the pull rates out into, instead of being able to select from like 5 cards or draw from 5 cards, you're now having to draw from 10 plus, right? So I agree with that. There's positives and negatives. The positives, kind of like what you were saying too, is everything's all in the same pack. So if you to start with, it's great. When you're just ripping on 1 pack, it's like, cool, I can pull everything off 1 pack. But then when it comes down to chasing like 1 card, it becomes not so great.
Exactly.
But I don't know. I'm still excited regardless. And we're going big that first night. So that first day, yes, I'll probably be, like I said, my plan is to try to join some tournaments. I don't know if there's going to be one that first night or if it'll probably be that first morning, the day after. I know like Erica was usually good at trying to pop up a tournament that first night, but I don't think he's going to do it this set. I'm thinking he's kind of burnt out on Pocket.
I thought he was a Champions player.
I think he's exactly. Back, but, I hope he comes back. I don't know about him hosting a tournament, but we'll see. Maybe I'll ask him about it after this, huh?
Probably not. Maybe he does the day of. I don't know. I don't like the day of tournaments only because Limitless never works. Like,
that's true too. Yeah.
That's why I don't do them. But either way, I mean, I'm just down to rip some packs, get some new cards. Hopefully, I mean, so far everything in the trailer was good, so I'm hoping the stuff in the actual pack is good as well.
Yeah.
Because then we'll have like a really good set.
Yeah. No, I am definitely stoked on that too. I think it will be a good set. Hopes are high. Fighting's going to be in a good spot. Hopefully, grass might be in the set too. We'll see. But all right, dude. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. Reminder, guys, go sub up and go follow up to Sex, YouTube, Twitch, all that stuff. Same with Pocket Mad, same with myself. We'll be back tomorrow, guys, starting at the same time. I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you guys for hanging out. It was fun. Sec, any last thoughts, I suppose, before I let you go?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you once again, Jay, for having me. Go to commentary. Honored to be able to cast by you. Hopefully, I lived up to the expectations of you wanting me.
Oh yeah.
And don't forget to follow people at Jay Dankus on Twitch, bro, and YouTube. 100%. Also get those likes up for Pocket Mads. Thank him for hosting these tournaments and helping the community on the weekend. And have a lovely day, because Saturday should be open. You don't have to watch Pocket Mads for 5 more hours.
Exactly.
You can go outside.
Exactly. All right, Rowdy. I'll catch you later. Thank you again for joining us today. We'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys have a good rest of your afternoon, evening, wherever you are.